Hey everybody, hope you're doing good. This is November 21st. It's Tuesday night, and Akai is going to be doing his Open League. So, weekday edition, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at this time around 6:30. So I'll probably join Akai's Discord today. Just getting everything ready. It's been a really nice day. He's not in his channel, so we'll see how this goes. Let's see if he's online yet, though. But I hope everyone's doing great. Let's update that up. VF's been good. Yesterday, Monday, we have offline sessions in Portland. We have offline twice a week, Mondays and Fridays. I won't be able to do this Friday because I'm going to be going to San Diego. We're going to take my son to his Friday is my son's birthday. We're going to take him to Legoland again, and he's going to love it. Then we're going to go on a cruise on Saturday, and we'll be going on a cruise until Wednesday. So we'll be gone for a few days. It's a big family trip. My sister, her family, my parents. So the same core group that was also in Paris. At least as far as so basically the whole American family. So let's see here. See if Akai is on his stream. Looks like he is. Okay, Akai says he might be running a little bit late. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. So anyhow, the VF has been pretty good. Yesterday, Monday, I guess we can talk about Friday as well. So Friday session, I think I had to skip Fridays. No, I went to Friday, and it was a lot of fun. I got to help work on one of our newer players who he took a break from fighting games for about a month or two, and then he's playing them again. That's normal, and we had a great time. We chatted about a lot of stuff, and we worked more on his VF basics. Good stuff. He was enjoying it. Had a lot of fun. Then I sparred with Jin Tabasa, and I was playing around with Aoi. Now, Aoi's a character I do like to play. I know her move list really well, and so I had a lot of fun playing Aoi now. The difference was on Friday I was trying to apply a lot of the stuff I learned from fighting Kingo and stuff that I was dealing with from fighting his Aoi, and it was so much fun. It was really fun. Aoi can do a lot of stuff. She can really set up a lot of stuff off of lows. That was probably one of the biggest insights. And then just seeing the type of setups at the wall, Okizeme, and a lot of the micro decisions that Kingo was making. That was really fun to try to apply only a tiny bit of that, but a lot of it's up in the air. It's going to take a while to apply it again normally. Yeah, so let me see. I'm going to mute Akai's channel, turn the volume up, and see if he does join this. So yeah, sounds good. Alright, Akai's stream is starting up. He's running a little late. Not a problem at all. But yeah, with always a lot of fun. Now, Monday's session, what we did was we played... actually, quite a few people were playing. We have... One of the Guilty Gear Xrd players was playing VF, having a lot of fun playing Jeffrey. Learning stuff, and then I was pointing some stuff out to them while they were playing with one of our locals, Pericles. Pericles was playing pretty good stuff, and then Jin had played with Chris Un before that, and I heard those were pretty cool battles. But that Chris Un is just playing really fast, really strong. I didn't get to play with Chris last night. I was chatting too much. And then last night I watched Jin play with another newer player, variety player from our area, named Juicy Sushi. And Juicy Sushi is pretty smart, actually. He plays on the pad. He's playing on the Victrix Pro BFG pad, which looks really good, actually. I kind of want to try it, so if I see him at another local soon, I will ask him if I can give it a shot. The D-pad looks great on it, and the buttons look good. It looks very solid. It's like Xbox durable, solid. But I need to actually put it in my hands and try it out to see if it really is like that. It at least looks that way. A lot of third-party pads, you know, can be very. They can all feel a bit different in terms of the quality of the feel, right? A lot of the first-party controllers really do have more heft in them and better materials and just feel right in the hand, and the weights are usually feeling just about right. But a lot of times third-party controllers will feel a little off, except for some of the premium ones now. But I've never really used a Scuff, so I don't know how good those are. But I imagine that at the price of a Scuff, it should be great. It should feel really good, and a lot of people are willing to pay the price, so it must be that good as far as the premium quality is and performance. But got to teach a lot of basics and fundamentals to Juicy Sushi. That was so much fun. Alright, so he's running a bit late, most likely make room and away from system for 5 or 7 minutes, not a problem. We'll see if he's got the room up right now. We're going to change the music, because every week I would like to change the music every week, I tend to forget to. Let's change the music. Actually, sometimes it's fun looking at the retro, the VF3 style. So let's do VF3 style UI, though it might throw me off for a bit. Let's see. I'm gonna do VF1 style music, and I'll get back into more modern style music later. I do like the Ultimate Showdown soundtrack very much, actually. But I think I've been running it on VF3 Arranged for a while, which is also really good. But let's do the VF1. Alright, let's see.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Let's see.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Alright. Well, again, hope everyone's having a good Tuesday night. It's kind of a calm night. This is a holiday night. Hey, Silverbolt, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I imagine you're really busy with family on this week. You know, this is holiday week, so tends to be that way. VF numbers probably looks like he's waiting for the Akai's league to open up. That would be great. Hey, Akai, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Do you want to say something to make sure that my stream can hear you?
All right. Hey, Akai stream, if you can hear me, please let us know in the chat. That way we do know.
Oh, yeah, makes it saying it does not, so let me go fix that up. Okay. Can't hear anything?
Can anybody... Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Stream check. 1 2 1 2.
Yeah. I can hear you on my end. It's just
Okay, we're good. Cool. Hey, Bushido, good to see you. Very good to see you, Bushido. Hey, okay. Shout outs to Silverbolt. Congratulations on the Kickstarter campaign for your comic book. It has been successfully funded. Huge congratulations to Silverbolt. Feel free to
Awesome.
share your Kickstarter links so that anybody in our community can take it out.
Congratulations, Silverbolt. And also to CG Sonic Boom, who also helps him.
Yep, awesome.
See 1121. I think everything's set correctly. I think so. The match, okay. Passcode is 1121 today's date. Room number 16607. Instead to fix the audio here. Let's see details.
Alright, get to practice with Bushido. It's gonna be fun. I told we're training another new Taka player in our local scene, and I told Jin Tabasa it'll be really good if he can that everybody needs training against a good Taka Arashi, and I was training this new young guy about like how to apply Nitaku in all the different situations to apply it. Because Taka is got like the scariest Nitaku game in the whole game, and then how to use the 4P plus K properly with delay because it's so scary. Very nice. That was good.
Hey, do you want to just do another quick audio check? Nope, it's working, so they should hear you on my stream now too.
Oh, that range. Audio check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear Chanchai on Akai stream? Please let us know if you can. That was a really fun battle. Yeah, his sidesteps are good. That was good. His whip
Hey, welcome
punish
Space
perfect.
Time. Alright, that's set. I'm going to post around to other places and want the ad now so that we get at least 30 minutes of uninterrupted stream.
Okay.
And I'll be back.
Round three. Ready?
It was really fun. That said, the VF3 UI does look kind of weird because it's using like old textures, and so you're seeing like that they are blocky, that they're lower resolution. So this 2P trick works really well against people that are reactive. If people are playing a more reactive game and are quick to push a button, 2P even when the 2P is blocked is pretty good. Good. Yeah, he's not doing the low anymore. That was really fun. Good game. Should have gone for like a second low punch, but that would have lost. So, good game, Bushido. Lots and lots of fun. We are currently on the ad break on Akai stream. That's a good thing. It's good to get it out of the way before the league. Really good game. Okay. That was an excellent game with Bushido. I misread Akai's message as bro, need to take care of some things, but he was saying be right back, need to take care of some things. I was like, when has Akai ever said bro? You know? Oh, dang. I don't know. That was a bold read at the start with the starting kick. Does make sense though. People don't know the range of Taka's standing kick. It's insane. Alright, good. Be very careful of that ring out. Taka's very scary. Yeah, Bushido's really pressing hard on the ring positioning to apply a lot of pressure to Silverbolt. So he's really making sure that Silverbolt's well aware that he can get rung out. And Taka can ring people out pretty good. So, very good battle, you two. That was a good battle. Alright, let's see if I can hit confirm my stances. I should be watching front foot, back foot to help with that, but such a fun match, that last battle that we had. Oh, that's so cool. Taka doesn't violate rules, but he is scary and he's got range. But actually he follows kind of rules a little harder. But crushing is always a rough feeling though, so. Bushido does like to mix up mid-low a little too much. That was bad. I confirmed that stance wrong. Good. Forward throw. But also, I'm gonna repeat what I always say. I don't think of them as rules. I think about rails, right? The rules of the game are not the choices that the players make. The rules of the game are the life bar, the timer, and the ring out. Okay, so they are the absolutes, right? Because your opponent, especially in this game, can do anything. And sometimes the dumbest things, the thing that might seem dumb to you, is a good thing against exactly what you're doing. So it's one of those things where this game is a lot about options. And so if you confine yourself to this idea, like that there are these rules about how to play as opposed to principles of good play, then what's going to happen is you're going to feel like a lot of things are unfair when they actually aren't. And so it can be a way to just make yourself mad when you're trying to think of choices as rules, right? Then, like, you don't, that's something that, so I was trying to backdash evade. I didn't get the backdash evade. That's so good. Man, those are some really cool choices, though. Alright, good game, Bushido. Good game. So I learned a couple of things. So I think, so what you might be thinking of as he's a rule breaker is that he's breaking flow because he has a couple armor attacks, it looks like, in his game. And he might crush in the middle of the battle. Really good game. Really good game. So, Silverbolt had mentioned that Taka seems like he's a rule breaker. I actually think Taka has to follow the rules more than anybody else. But Bushido does like to play in a way to set up crushing. So he likes to set up ways to punish, like to hop to, in theory, like if he was another character, hop attack like a low, but in this case with Taka doing armor attacks, right? So the armor attack is trying to override your very basic attack and hit you, right? And then also that move is like a zoning move. Spaces away, then hits you. So punishes you for being too precise with your spacing, or attacking at the exact range. That's like in Street Fighter, you need to know the crouching mid kick range, and the crouching hard kick range is really important too, because that's actually a pretty good whiff punisher from far away, right? But most people are not gonna, do something crazy like that, or they shouldn't. But the crouching mid kick is the one that's like, you want to know that range because that's like such an easy way to set up combos in Street Fighter. It's like a standard way, so it's a standard range. So in the case of Taka, he does have a little bit of a fadeaway game. He's got a move that slides back a bit and then hits you. He does have armor attacks. That can be a bit hard, so then it forces you to use like strings and moves that like multiple moves or something that won't fall for it, or to wait for it and punish it. But and Bushido is good about weaving those into his game, you know. So he is good at messing with your flow and making it look, setting you up for standard responses to fail to certain things. Very nice, very nice. Good round, Silverbolt. Yeah, that's the danger of backdash. And right now, backdash evade is not working for me in the opening. So I need to not do it. But I was hoping that backdash evade would avoid that kick, because that kick is like 55% life. If you backdash, if he correctly guesses your backdash and hits you with that kick, you're going to lose more than half your life. Like, backdash is really scary to do against Taka if he can read it. It's good to do against a lot of stuff he does do, but that standing kick will lead to a huge combo. And it's a good design point because otherwise backdash is very powerful against Taka. Okay, so we got 4 matches left before League. Spacetime's here. Awesome to have you here, Spacetime. Really glad that you're here as always. This is going to be a big battle of the baddies. I think Bushido's game does play into what Jeffrey would like to deal with, but it is scary. It's scary to make those reads.
Alright, sorry, I'm back.
Alright, welcome back.
Yeah, we'll put it like... thank you. I put that 3 matches remaining. I think that's about right. Yeah, so those who's watching the stream, this is for North America region. Passcode is today's date, November 21st, 1121.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and
So Silverbolt, it's good to use things like the weight class or the size as like something to kind of help give you hints. But if you think of them as rules, you're also going to think there are unfair things about them, about their move list. But this game, every character has all of the tools. Every character has fast pokes. Every character has good throws somewhere, or at least okizeme if they're bad throws. And every character has got zoning moves. So every character does have moves that are good to use with a backdash, good to use with the spacing. And so it's one of those things where I'm going to say, like, again, some assumptions are very good guidelines, but to think of them as rules is going to just set you up for disappointment and anger, where it's not needed, because every character can kind of do it in some way. It just might be weird how they do it, right? So Taka, again, has, like, armor attacks, which is in line with Sumo. The whole, I'm going to take your hit while I hit you back thing. And then Taka has, like, really fast pushes because sumo wrestlers are built to push off the ground really hard with maximum force and with a certain degree of speed in their pushing forward. So that's actually in line with the character design, right? E Honda is a character that is like flying, so
stat-wise.
Hey, Blurring, good to see you.
Round 3. Ready?
Oh my god, he's not out of the ring yet. Good game, Bushido. Very good game. Today I switched it to the old retro UI, and the pixelated nature of that UI like throws me off a bit, but it's a feature of it. Very good game, Bushido. Bushido beat me up pretty good the first two games, and I think he's observing, he's studying, and I like that. But I like.
It's going to be the last match before we begin the first league.
Excellent.
So I think on weeknights, if it's a small number of participants, I'll join just to make sure people get as much matches as possible. But for the most part, if we get a good size, I will just be a spectator, so I could take care of stuff around the house.
Very nice throw.
So if there's any last minute people that want to join, passcode is 1121. Hey Blurring, how are you?
Very good neutral throws. Excellent choices.
So today, the Europe weeknight was pretty successful.
Glad to hear that.
We got a new high, 10 players for a single league. So we started the first week where the mode was about five to six players per league, and then the second week we got average about 8 players per league. And so this week we'll see how it is. Not sure how much the holidays will skew the data, but we'll be doing these weeknights for at least the end of the year, and see how things goes from there.
Very good. Oh.
So this weekend we have in Australia, the Oz, I think it's Oz Huddle. That's their national tournament in Australia. There's at least 12 players right now in the Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. And also in Japan, they'll be having the exhibition tournament with the 8 pro players.
Good game, Silverbolt. That was
So
a really
for
fun
us-
spar.
So for us, that'll be about close to Friday evenings when these should be happening for the most part. Alright guys, we're going to begin the league.
Hi.
Should be a short one.
Good luck, everyone. Alright, here we go. This is going to be a really fun league, but it's a small one, but it's fun. It's a Tuesday night. It's not just a Tuesday night. This is Thanksgiving week. People are not at home. A lot of people are with family. So I hope if you're with family, you're having a good time. Hopefully not a bad time. And I hope you do enjoy the holidays. It's really busy out there, so if you go out shopping or anything, it's been crazy busy in my area. It's a lot of traffic. This is post-pandemic now, as far as like people's behaviors is, right? But some people are getting the flu. I've dealt with some of it myself, so yeah. And I heard it's cold in Texas, so I hope you guys are doing okay. So right now, Spacetime has been working on his assertiveness more. And so it does mean that like sometimes I have to consider low punch into uppercut a lot more than I used to against him. So it's been really something where I am considering like the way he's playing lately. And I have to make sure that I'm not throw vulnerable when I'm near a ring out zone, because it's very scary that way. Oh, I could have punished that. Nope, that's not punishable. That's good. That's good. So I used the side turn to trap him there, but he did really good. Really good stuff. Keep it up, Space Time. What you're doing is good. You are finding more options by the way that you're playing right now. It's going to take a while, but it's a good thing in your development. Keep it up. Fruits of your labor is there. Alright, Akai vs Bushido. That's going to be quite a match. Space Time again. I'm happy to have you here. I'm really glad that you're here. And again, congratulations on getting your comic funded. You can send me on PlayStation Network the link. I hope I can see it, because I do want to check out your comic. I might fund it if I can. And, I don't know what type it is yet, so I'm going to check it out. But much love and support, especially to our writers and our artists. And, these days it's gotten even more interesting on that. But comics are an amazing medium, and around the world. And I grew up with American comics, but then I also grew up with manga and anime as well, because I went to Thailand. And then I was happy to see that they became more popular in America by the late 90s, by the end of the 90s, pretty much by 2000. But they were not before that. And but they were popular in other countries of the world, so it's a good time for media, but it's going to be it's a harder time, and we want our good writers and our good artists to be able to do what they do so good at, and make a living with that. It's a better world when that happens. So yeah. Alright. Ooh, we're gonna watch this big battle here. We're on our bye round this round, so.
Round one. Ready, go!
Bushido's a lot of fun for a lot of players to fight against, because he is very assertive and he's gonna find the aggressive way to win, and we like that. It's a good thing to work on. Good to have you chill. Good to have you chill with us, Blurring. It's a good night to chill, and I'm glad you're here with us. So, but I hope it's not too chilly in Texas, right? I know Texans are used to a warmer climate, and they're used to a mixed temperature. I know that there's lots of clouds and there's lots of sunny days, and there's always that haze. But yeah, the southern haze. Let's see here. But this is what I like with Bushido is his he likes to try to find the aggressive way forward. And so he tries to find ways to crack people and to set them up. And his Taka can be very tricky when he starts to have a read, because the way that he applies reads is to kind of do things that might counter what you do with a more aggressive approach. It's pretty cool. But that's also why he really leans heavily on like mid-low mix-ups. But again, I play in a way that makes it hard to throw me. So, but it's not that it's generally hard to throw me. It's that it's tricky how to throw me. You got to throw me when you see that I like to sidestep. And in VF, it can be hard to observe that. If without experience, it's really hard to observe it. But some people can see it. Some people see it better than others when they see like the failed evades or the canceled evades, and they realize that was throwable, but it had to be early. Good battle. Congratulations, Bushido. And good fighting space time. Taka is very scary though. Taka is just really powerful. Like, Taka has many tools. He doesn't just have the one tool. It's just that the one tool is so scary, so powerful that any Taka player should learn to use it and then learn all the other stuff. And they do. And that's what Bushido does. Yesterday I took my son to a mall that is not in the best of shape. Used to be wonderful, but it has its really charming points still. But right now, one of the malls that's doing well in my area was pretty much saved during the pandemic from all the skater shops, the things they used to wish weren't there, right? And then also it's in an area where there's an area that got pretty wealthy in the past 20 years. And so as people recover from the pandemic times, it has a lot of people going to that mall, the one that's doing well now. The big mall that's more inner city, it has to deal with the fact that a lot of people are afraid to go into the city. The city is actually fine now. It's a lot better, and the past year has dramatically changed. It's much better now. But a lot of people do. Oh, that's rough, but that's a good battle. That sounds like it's a really good battle. All right, Akai, let's do this. All right, let's see how Akai plays. This is a weeknight. He's been actively watching VF all night. He's gonna be kind of scary right now. That second kick is so good. Good game.
Round 2. Ready, go! Round 3. Ready, go!
Hey, good game, Akai. I was able to get a lot of good guesses. So that mall, this mall that took my son to yesterday, has a beautiful, huge Christmas tree in the middle of a skating rink. Almost all of the mainstream shops have closed outside of the Barnes and Noble, but there's a lot of geek shops there. So there's comic book shop, actually, a really nice comic shop in there. There's a good trading card game shop with a lot of anime memorabilia there too. That place is pretty cool with some retro games. It had a bunch of Switches set up. Looks like a lot of Smash Brothers happens there. Man, his guesses are good. Almost. Alright, his aggressiveness is fun. It's so much fun to fight this aggressiveness. guessed wrong. Not guessed wrong. I'm not able to check stance right now. Bushido's gonna win this thing. I can't deal with this right now. Like that. Good game. Good game, Bushido. Awesome game. That was an awesome battle. That was so much fun. So Bushido takes first place for sure. And that was a really, really good battle. Really, really good. It's very scary. Things that I can do better. I think I can start using the elbow into a, and apply the Nitaku there. I think I need to do that more against him now. I failed at... So, elbow punch is really good with Leon, but if you're not confirming the stances, then you're not maximizing the damage, and that's a problem. I failed it twice, like 3 times in that game. So I did not do the proper combo finish because it is stance based, the elbow punch combos. It's really critical. Like, you have to do it. And so if Taka sees that Leon is not on it, then Taka low attacks become a lot stronger against that Leon. Alright, very nice. Very good. Good stuff, Silver Bolt. That was an excellent first round. Alright, let's bring it. Okay, side turn. That's right. Good use of the KK, but I'm gonna work on punishing KK because it is very. Leon's good at punishing it. So we'll punish the KK because it's good training, but KK is very powerful. It is so good. If your opponent's not punishing it, you gotta use it more. Yep. Very good. Good. He didn't do the combo. That's just very good. He didn't do the pounce, which pounce is terrible, and I'm glad he didn't do pounce there. Pounce is really bad to do. Like, I was about to do combo launcher anyways on him if he pounced. Good, and he's got this downloaded that I'm going to do this sequence. Now that I've got this pattern down. Good, he changed his pattern up. Very good, very good. I was hoping that this kick would win in this situation because it usually does, but it was a counter hit. If it was a recovery hit, no problem. But... really good battle. That was so much fun, Silverbolt. Excellent use of KK. And yeah, if the opponent's not punishing it, keep using it. Just make sure you stop when they do punish it a couple times. Never happened, so keep using it. It's really good stuff, and yeah. No, but you played really good there. Those first 2 rounds were really won well. So good games, good games. All right, let's get back onto the Akai podcast. Where is this? All right.
For myself, take a break so I can post it everywhere.
All right, that was an awesome league. Congratulations, Bushido. Bushido and I had
Thanks
an
for playing
awesome
Bushido.
battle.
I'm going to post around. Let's see.
So yeah, I will not be able to play on I can play tomorrow, but I won't be able to play Friday and Sunday, and next week on Tuesday either. I'll be out of town.
Oh, okay. Where are you going to be heading to? Thanks for playing Bushido.
So it's another big family trip. My parents, my sister's family, and my family all going on a Disney cruise.
Oh, going to where?
We're going. So we go to San Diego, and we do a cruise through Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It should be a lot of fun. It's mostly for the kids, right? It's a Disney cruise, not an adult cruise, so it's gonna be like a lot of fun for the kids. But I'm happy because there's supposed to be lots of good food. But then again, when people, like when it's a mainstream thing like this, good food is, depends. It's usually something like, lots of like fast food or something.
Hey. Discord done. Oh, I forgot to post on Twitter. That's one thing I forgot to do. Let's do that also. So once I finish posting everywhere, I'll go do the countdown again. Let's see. Done there. Alright.
Yep, there it is. Alright.
Round 4. Ready, go!
That was really good, confirms. Good round. That was such a fun round. Okay, let's work on these punishes. Jeffrey, it's really important to punish him on guard. That was guaranteed. Good counter hit. Really good game space time. That was excellent.
What a knucklehead!
For weeknight for North America.
And awesome to have DK Jackie in here, playing Lao as well. So Deval, awesome to have you here, man. It's been a long time. I haven't fought Deval in a long time. Really love his VF.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Oh, 1, 1, 2, 1.
No
Alright,
problem,
that's
Deval.
done.
Deval says he hasn't played in a long time. No problem. I'm just glad you're here. I always like playing you regardless. Even if you're rusty, I like playing you.
Alright, thanks for joining the Rock Reaper, DK Jackie.
Good. Switch to the back throw. Very good choice.
I think my stream is laggy right now, so let me pull some stuff out.
Alright, I think I'm starting to be able to see the stance in this when I can do it. No. Let's see. I thought that was the stance.
So Bushido won the first league today for 5 players. So that gave him 2 first place finishes this quarter. Chanchai is currently leading, and the Rock Reaper is just behind him by one win.
Good game, Silverbolt. So Leon is the one character that can do that guarantee against the KK. So because he has a low kick that beats EX high. So that ignores EX high. Alright, DK Jackie, let's see if I can warm him up. I'm gonna try to warm you up, DK. I'm gonna try to warm you up. Let's see if we can break the rust. But, you know, Lao's a very honest character. Online, you might not think so with the 6K, but it's still an honest character. Yeah. Ah, nice. I like what he did there. Glad it didn't hit him into the wall. Even though Lao likes walls, but Lao can also ring out too. Nice. Very nice neutral throw. Against DK, you should consider heavily neutral throw when your life is low. But he does mix it up. Thank you for the warm-up for the sparring battle. 3 matches left, okay. Oh, Reaper's in here? Awesome. Reaper's gonna climb back up too. I've got the song Whiter Shade of Pale stuck in my head, so maybe that makes this a very bittersweet moment. No. Nice mix-up, nice choice, nice guess. That was good choice, good choice. Okay, he has delays. I don't know if his delays are intentional or not, but he has them.
Round 3. Ready, go! Round 4. Ready, go!
Hey, good time, good game, Space Time. Very good game.
I thought I'm better.
Alright, we got 2 more matches remaining. So anybody want to join? I still got 4 minutes or 5 minutes to do so. Passcode is 1121 for North America region.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Hmm.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Very good stuff.
Excellent.
I held guard, but I needed to let go and then hold it again. That counter hit?
Round 3.
Must have registered in the evade or something.
Round 4.
Okay, we got 7 person. Hey, thanks for joining, Setsuna.
Good to have you here, Setsuna. Nice. Very nice. So Setsuna joined our chat.
There we go. Hey, evening, Setsuna.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we can hear you.
Alright.
We just have one more match and we begin the second league. Right now at 7 players. If anyone still wants to join for the second league, you have about 2 minutes to do so.
I'm gonna... Very fun league night. Hope everyone's having a good Thanksgiving holiday week.
It's been pretty hectic.
Yeah.
But the nephews and nieces gets off. This is their last day of school today, so they're going to enjoy.
How's everybody enjoying the holiday drivers? All the grandmas and aunts that haven't been driving all year and are driving this week. You know? And then all the out of towners that are getting used to the layout of your local Costco.
Been mostly home, so don't have to deal with the traffic.
Yeah, it's
Round two.
Are your kids already off from school to Chanchai, or do they still have one more day?
They are off school this week. I think that's the correct way to do Thanksgiving week, because a lot of families just go out of town, and if you
they get the full week off.
Yeah, they got the full week off.
That's nice.
I think that's the best way to do it. However, that said, that is of course ignoring the fact that there are a lot of families that really need supervision for children because they're busy working during the week, and it might be less affordable. So school really helps that situation. But Thanksgiving week is such a hectic week. The Costco is just full nonstop, and all the traffic. And again, all the people that don't really drive normally are driving now, and all the out of towners that are getting used to driving your local roads. It's happy holidays. But it's a lot of fun. I've been playing a lot of board games with my kids, so today they're learning a lot about the strategies in Machikoro. And I teach them that, this is a game that does not have debt. And because this game does not have debt, it's a good idea to be greedy in this game. It's like the counter to greed is debt in real life.
Never played Machikoro, but I heard it's a good game.
It's a really good game. It's a really good game. I think it's when people say, "Hey, let's play Monopoly," bust out Machikoro. I think it's a much better alternative, and it plays really fast, and it's there's not much downtime in it. There can be if people don't understand what they should do, but if they do know what to do, then it plays insanely fast. You just everyone's turn is literally just roll a dice, get the income based on the dice rolls, and then build something, which means buy or build something, and then next person's turn. But it's really fun. Yeah, it's a good one for family. A really good one for family is For Sale. That game is awesome for family. Plays fast, and the whole concept is you have two decks of cards, and the first one you're kind of bidding, or you're kind of sequentially bidding, where the price goes up and up until people pass. But people try to basically buy property, and then later they're going to try to sell it at the higher price. All right, good luck, everyone.
All right, let's get this going.
All right, here we are. Am I on the buy round? I think I'm on the buy round. Yep, I'm on the buy round. Okay, that works. Allows me to charge the phone up. So, we're going to watch Setsuna versus Akai. This is going to be a really competitive. Look at this, Our favorites today. Setsuna, myself. DK Jackie is usually, I would consider, a favorite. He's very strong. He's rusty right now, so anything goes. League format is he's actually pretty good even in the league format, but I think he prefers to read. He prefers to be more patient and then read, and because of that, the league format is wonderful, but it also encourages you to be a little YOLO, like to develop your read right a little quicker. Like maybe maybe in the second round you should start applying reads, whereas normally you can wait. But it's really dangerous to go to just try to read for more than 2 rounds. But I would say start applying your reads in the second round, and sometimes just kind of go for it. Like sometimes gamble pretty big, just because you only have one game, you know. And the gambles are big because in this game the rewards are high. Everybody does good damage, so you got to gamble a bit. It's not a long set. Long set matches, you want to play the reading game. You want to actually sacrifice games just to build stronger reads and to get a sense of how to completely fight your opponent. And stronger players usually love doing that. But that's also why sometimes they've struggled for a while, for a little bit, when they play the league formats. Because the league format, unless we make each battle like a set, the league like a rank type of set where it's first to 2 or first to 3 especially. But when it's just first to 1, you need to kind of go ahead and go with a little bit of a read sometimes, or sometimes go with your gut. You know. Really good battle between these two. I do like that Setsuna uses a real full flowchart with the 3 P plus K. He's gonna throw if he thinks you're gonna at all sidestep after getting hit by that on normal on front. Yeah, no. Well, first to 10 is the real deal, right? First to 10. Actually, some players that I've been recommending lately, where I feel like their play is they're doing too much of the same kind of moves and approaches, which is good, but I feel like they need to learn like more situations, deeper situations. Then I tell them they need to play long set battles. They need to ask somebody to play like a first to 10, first to 20, first to 50. First to 50 is actually where you learn a lot about a matchup, opponent matchup as well as character matchup. First to 50 will really drill that crap into you, especially if both players are strong. Then it's like they learn so much about the characters just doing a first to 50. So. Very good. Right. Good game, Silverbolt. I played really hard on that one, so I hope you don't mind, but I thought it was a good battle. But yeah, I went for it, and I also used the wall like really heavily, so good game. Alright, me and Setsuna, this is going to be a lot of fun. Setsuna is playing really strong. This is Setsuna's evening time, late evening, so I think this is going to be very scary. I have no idea what to expect Setsuna. Watching him play against Akai, though, was very good. I think it's going to be really like hell for me, so... back didn't come out. Let's see. Trying to figure out why you kept me there. Yeah. Good game. Glad I got that through that. Thank you very much. So Silverbolt, keeping you there at the wall. Well, one is that strong, right? Two, if I didn't complete something, it might have been because I was worried it might whiff, or because I'm reacting, right? There's two modes. There's Yomi, where I'm predicting what you're going to do, and then there's also reacting, where I'm just waiting for you to do something. I'm going to try to counter the next thing. Especially with Vanessa, the reacting approach is pretty strong because she can kind of win situations with like try to crush the attack. Sometimes it's good to just kind of just crouch dash in, block, defend, and watch what she does, and then use the frame advantage from what she did. So sometimes it felt like that was the way to do to fight against your Vanessa, was to kind of watch to see if you do something. If you don't do something, then I'll pick something right away. But if you do something, then I want to try to counter the thing that you do after that. So sometimes that's what's happening when I'm like moving and keeping at like elbow distance near you, near the corner, right? Is I'm trying to catch what you're gonna do. That was a good choice. Good choice. Man, excellent choices. Punish was excellent. Good job, Space Time. Alright, here we go. It's on. Good punish. Good punish. Almost. That's kind of the correct thing to do, actually. Yep. He did. No, Space Time is doing really good stuff. That's like really impressing me right now. Ah, that spacing is getting me. Really good battle, Space Time. I thought I lost that round, but that was really good battle. You are playing really good, really good stuff, actually, in a lot of good, cool stuff that he was doing. Exactly like what Ka said. He did, yeah. It was really good. Thanks for the comments, Ka, because that was spot on comment. Yay! I get to fight DK. I'm so happy. He does. He does have some nice basics, yes. What happened? Hopefully I didn't jump out. Okay.
Round one. Ready? Round two. Ready? Go! Round three. Ready? Go!
Awesome hop. That was such a good round. Awesome round, DK. Awesome round. Really good round.
Round five. Ready?
That lag sucks. That's okay. This lag sucks. Alright, good game, DK. Good game. Good game. Fortunately, the lag only happened in that moment at the early part of this round. The rest of the match was okay. And there were no consequences to the lag. It was just more of, okay, we got to extend the neutral. But I had a really wonderful time in that match. Awesome battle, DK. Awesome battle.
Round one. Ready?
Just a little. It's okay. That's fine. That's part. Comes with the territory. If you can't deal with it, then then there's a lot of problems. Like it didn't cost us the match. It was just something that, like, fortunately both you and I recognized it and we're like, okay, pull this back. Like kind of like, okay, this situation changed. What the hell's going on? I can't attack him out of it. Oh my god, this is really hard to react to. Okay, let's see. Really good stuff though. I like what Reaper's doing. Oh, good game. No. Good game, good game. Good game, good game. I got really desperate at the end there. So, good game. He outplayed me very well. Very good league. Yeah, it was. I mean, it is a little laggy with him, but the things that, for me, the things that happened in my battle with DK, with the exception of that 5th round, first half of it, they played out more or less kind of like what a normal VF match goes. So I was really happy with the match from my match with him. It's just in the 5th round, I was just like, okay. But the good thing was it hit before any of us committed to anything. So it's like, okay, we can react to this and we can alter our game plan as needed. So many whiffs. it's like, okay. Alright. Very good choice. That was good, Abari. Okay, good. Alright, here we go, Kai. His Abari choices are good. Oh, awesome battle, Kai. Awesome battle. I am wondering about my connection, though, of this league, and that's okay. But that was a lot of fun. It wasn't really that it's laggy, but when I'm watching and trying to react, I feel like static a bit. Meaning, like, I'm like, things look a little weird. But I like his strategy there. He went with lows, and he went with targeted Abari. So he was targeting my throw, and that was really good. He would do 3k plus G on a hard read on a throw. So he was very confident I was going to throw in those situations because I was. And then he also would use lows to kind of set me up a little bit because he also wants the 9k and also 3p plus k. So it was really good stuff. I like it. Awesome battle, Kai. So, okay. But I'm really happy to have you here. Thanks for the battles. Congratulations, DK. Alright. That was a lot of fun. Congratulations on DK on that win. Akai, that was an awesome battle at the end. I really enjoyed it. I like the strat. I like what you were doing. You were applying. You were using lows more to kind of set up situations in a good way, and then you were also using like a bar. Like you did 3k plus G when you read that I was definitely going to do a throw, and that was excellent. So I enjoyed that very much.
Thank you.
So John, this is leaderboard character.
Your victory after so many losses.
Oh, it's really good. It's really well played.
Thank you. Alright guys, we're going to do one more league. I see how much time I have left on the ads here. Alright, I am going to want a 3-minute ad here, so after that, after the 5-minute countdown, so you want to take a snack break, a restroom break or something, please do so. And Yeah, so I'll be back right after the ads.
Really fun match between DK Jackie and Satsuna here. That Oki is so good. John's Oki is also really good when you learn it, but it takes a bit to learn. But stuff like what he did, where he sets up and then kick charge as an Oki, is very terrifying. Charging kick, really terrifying as an Oki option.
So he's going back to John.
He wants to set as the leaderboard character, so you just, for whatever reason, that you're going to mark him as John on accident when you look at the leaderboard to put the record in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he's
say?
hoping that when you enter the data in, that instead of seeing Jackie, you see John. Because he changed it during the yeah, he was hoping that when you take the photo. He
just wants to be a troublemaker. I see. He just wants to be a troublemaker.
He always likes being a troublemaker, you know. He wants to hack Akai's system, you know. Yeah. But I really enjoyed our battle. We had a really good battle. There was a moment of lag, but it wasn't like
I noticed that. Yeah.
But it didn't affect our battle that much. It just means that we had to change our decision making because nobody got hit or anything. What happened was just like, oh, there's that. Okay, so let's kind of change our strategy now. You know, so it's like,
that's right.
But
I set a break so that I could get things posted everywhere to try to get more people to join. Let's see.
Reaper should play DK. It's a good battle. Yeah. For the actual okay, so he wants to win with John because he wants John to be his leaderboard character. Got it. So he's not leaving. Earlier I thought he sounded like he was gonna leave. I'm glad he's staying. But he earlier indicated he was gonna leave because he couldn't deal with the lag, I guess. But I really liked our match a lot. Like I like the decisions. I like his read on when to go for sweep as the opening move was really good. Was dead on. So yeah.
I wonder if this netcode issues tonight. Or I wonder if the DK moved. Because usually we have pretty good connection on.
Usually I have fantastic connection, but you know it might not be. That might just be holidays, you know. So it is the holidays. The networks are going to be really tapped, like the home networks, not the business networks. The home networks are going to be tapped like hell this week. So yeah, there's that stutter, right? You saw it too. After 6XP, it's like. So it's like an indication of a spike.
It was funny because in the Europe League today, Natsu, like each time at the very last round of each league, he gets disconnected.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The second league, it was okay because he already had a big lead, so he even if he did lose from the disconnect at the very end, he still got first place that one. But it was just funny that.
Oh gosh.
I think the only good thing about doing these things so much is that once in a while these hiccups or lag issues, which I still think is rather uncommon versus is not the norm.
They're uncommon. Yes, they're less common.
It's much more acceptable once in a while to have it happen.
Well, it's like one of my local guys that I just started teaching yesterday. He asked me like what I thought about the netcode. Is it delay or rollback? I was like, it's delay, but I think it's the best delay-based netcode I've played on a fighter. So, but it's still delay, yeah. Okay, I understand, DK. But I'm glad we get a fight before that, you know?
This will be the last league for tonight.
Yeah, I got the Leon special, his uppercut, cheating against this move right there. That is something you will see me doing offline a lot too, so. I need to remember I'm not fighting against the girls' characters. There we go. That's the combo.
Round 3. Ready? Go!
Yeah, so thanks for playing Space Time. I forgot to mention it as he left. But I always appreciate those who could show up consistently, even on slow days. Excuse me. Because it's always having that core group that shows up consistently allows these rooms to continue. So that those who can't show up as often will have a good play when they are able to show up.
He's like, no more backdash. That was really good. Good throw read. His reads are so on. Are you sure you want to quit? He's like, I'm not doing a rising attack, I just will get up and block. And you're too early.
He's going for the side charge kick. That was my nemesis.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's definitely made for attack and block. So
Yeah.
defending is the wrong option.
Yep. Yeah, just
You gotta
attack it.
push a button.
It's like attack it.
Or move. Or move. You can move.
Thank you very much for joining us, DK. Sorry for the spikiness. I think it's the holidays. I think it's I think we're dealing with residential internets all being damaged. You know, so we did have like a less stable connection. It was really I think DK and I can feel the static in our like while we're playing. We're like, I can feel this static. You know, like, yeah.
Yeah, we have to say that the VFNet codes were unkind to DK.
They're busy having their turkey dinner.
Alright, guys.
The VF gods are busy having their dinner, their turkey dinner.
Alright, we have 4 more matches to go before we finish play the last league. Passcode is 1121.
Very good.
Yeah, Silverbolt seems to be a little bit more committed to his choices.
He is. I like it. I told him that even if the result isn't like the best in terms of win-loss, like he is gonna basically get more experience this way, and like they are gonna. It's gonna pay off. See, that was really good there. He didn't do his uppercut. Excellent. Good choices, Silverbolt. All right. Are you ready for what's next? Be prepared. This is where you go after someone who's doing kill mode. This is the 5th round thing here. Oh, very close. Again, you got to watch for me to... I am going to go off in kill mode at some point, but right now I'm very cautious because you're winning situations, so... Very good. Good immediate switch to the back throw. That was a really good battle. Lots of good choices there, Silverbolt. You're playing really, really good. Gave me a real hell of a time.
All right, 3 more matches to go. So I was actually chatting with Chanchai and Sasson a little bit on Twitter, how some of the Japanese players were saying. Real Wow was commenting that they haven't received any information from the exhibition match that they're participating this weekend. And so it was either they have something new to review and tell them, or it's incompetency of Sega organization or something.
Yeah, and then I told you that for me, in my experience, it's bureaucratic red tape. So, which means like the bosses at Sega haven't given the approval to the marketing department to talk to the players about this, and it's like, and they're just waiting on it, and it's like takes forever because they're like it's not on their purview, and sometimes it's just that like the person that would talk to the players, their boss, is just kind of it's like not on their radar. They kind of forgot, and then they're just waiting. And when I've done events with like gaming companies, that's kind of something I've run into. Where it's like, I can't say anything, even though it's like almost time, and you're like, the event's coming up. It's like, how come we're not saying anything yet? And it's like, well, we haven't gotten approval yet, and I can't tell you. It's like, okay.
But they'll be playing on the arcade version of Ultimate Showdown. And from what I saw somewhat on Twitter, like some of the VF players in Japan wondering if there's going to be some type of update to the arcade version.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool.
Apparently, they lack some of the customization that's in the console versus the arcade version. So it's even lacking more features than the console version. But I might have misread Japanese.
That was such a fun round. Really good round, Setsuna. Lots of fun round.
Round 5. Ready?
Good game.
Forgot to train, eh?
All right, 2 more matches go.
And Reaper showed me some really,
I think-
really cool stuff in that last league. The battle with him was really scary, actually. And it's like I was like, yeah, that's when Reaper gets aggressive. It's really good. You know? So, really good stuff. Let's see.
Let's see. So DK's on the leaderboard with Jackie,
Mm-hmm.
and Bushido got 2 first place finishes.
Congrats. Congrats to both of them.
And right now we have Chanchai with 7, the Rock Reaper with 6, and Sussner with 5. So either you pad your lead, or we're gonna have another tie somewhere, or there's some spoilers.
Setsuna catches up to second.
I'll just creep in.
Round 3. Ready?
wanted to see if that would work. I was like, let's see if this works against his opening. That cartwheel's so good. It's a good option to use because it's a really good option to use there. It's like, you're gonna try that crap again? Yes, I am. That was really smart. Good patience. Just wait. Alright, here we go.
This has such a long reach, that charge one attack.
Alright, very good game, Reap. It was so much fun. It was a lot of fun.
Alright, last match and then we'll begin. So a last minute person want to join. Passcode is 1121 for North America region. I'll be hosting again tomorrow for Europe and North America. Then take off on Thursday and repeat on Friday.
Well, Silverbolt, one thing I will say, because Silverbolt's always been wondering about, like, why is it that on the fifth round he has trouble? Well, people have different modes of play sometimes, like whether they're doing reading or whether they're trying to finish out a set or whether they decide that they need to actually like up their reward or be more safe. People tend to change. Similarly, because of the way you're playing, they're going to be thinking about how you won. And so it's normal for them to it's normal for players to adapt to like everyone adapts to each other's play. It's not just you adapt to your opponent's play, it's your opponent adapts to your play as well. So that's always a factor. And the thing is, what's so different about VF? When I say that VF is a game where you have multiple answers for every situation, this part of the implication is that there's like a whole different bunch of ways that your opponent's going to make that adjustment in this game, right? Other games, it's not really that. The other games, it's like play your fundamentals better. Other game is like, okay, oh, he's finally doing the thing he should have done in round 2, right? This game, it could be like a lot of things because there's a lot of possible answers for the exact same problem that like you presented to them. And so that's kind of what's going on a lot of times, where at the veterans, they have a lot, like a big list of items they can go through in how they're going to approach solving the problem that you presented to them in 2 of the previous rounds. So that's one aspect, right? Second is, yes, people do change the way they play in that 5th round, and the stronger players are just more likely to bring something really much more scary in the 5th round because they'll feel like it's time to bring it out, you know. And similarly, so like me waiting there, that's not me faking or anything like that. What it is I'm trying to react to what you're doing because you didn't pick an option yet, right? And so so that I can try to punish it, right? So yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there. So it's important to understand that, especially in this game, that's like what's going on when like you'll see DK just sit there and move, not because he's trying to turtle, well, kind of, but because he's playing defensive, but he also wants to pick the best action by watching what it is you actually do, and he's confident that he can do that, you know. So yeah. And right now, so yeah, I played loosely. I'm talking to you during the 3rd and the 4th round more, and now I got to try to focus a bit more. But I also have to think really heavily about what's going on in the previous matches, and like how am I going to make these adjustments. And I'm doing that while we talk. But sometimes I make a mistake like there where I didn't get the crouch dash that I wanted, and so I was out of range to do throw, right? But here I was like, I made sure I got the throw range, yeah. So yeah. So a lot of times that's kind of what's going on is putting more focus on that 5th round because it's critical, but also in the earlier rounds and stuff. All right, good luck everyone. Cheers. So I hope that made sense, Silverbolt. Thanks for hearing me out. Oh, but the wall is no accident. Everything I do at the wall is usually intentional, or at least I know it's a high likelihood you're going to hit for it, so I'm watching for it, and I'm going to maximize the damage. Yeah. Very good. You really are playing so much better, though. That KK, I fell off of it and you punished it. Really good. Alright, let's do this. Now you should know that you can punish that if you block that, so. Really good battle. Good game.
Forgot to train, eh?
It didn't break the back throw. Let's see. Did I do back throw? I think I did forward throw. I was mostly doing forward throw.
Round one. Ready, go!
Good games, good games.
Round two. Ready,
Oh, that's so nice. 4P plus K was so good there. Blocked the low punch and did it. It's such a good move to do there. Good one.
round three. Ready, go!
Man, the reach. Ah, I thought like it was gonna whiff. I so thought that was gonna whiff, but because I moved forward, it did not whiff.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Good, good choices. Good choice. That's it. You gotta escape forward throw. So pro tip: escape forward throw. Leon can't. Leon could do back throw. He could do back throw, but escape forward throw in that situation. Sorry. I'm sorry. Good game, Reaper.
Round 1. Ready, go!
There it is. Okay. Very good. Akai's picking very good choices here. So good. Couldn't get the tech roll. That was a really good round, though. Awesome round, Akai.
Ready, go!
Good game. I really like, so it's a big difference.
Round 1. Ready,
Okay, I'm not gonna win this league. Very good. Low punch mash, got it. But it's dangerous to go to try to counter that game. That's really good. What's that? Oh, hey, princess.
Round three.
You'll learn the side game. It's good stuff. The side game is like our favorite part of this game, actually. I thought he'd go for 3P plus K. Really good battle. Awesome battle, Setsuna. That was a really good battle. Setsuna should win this. He will tie with me for first, I think. So this is really good. It's really good. It's hard to see Setsuna. Well, Akai can beat him, but even if Akai beats him, he's gonna win because at best, Akai can win. Yeah, but Akai needs to win against Reaper. That's hard. Okay. But if Akai can win against Reaper, then it's really close. You'll get used to it just like you learned everything else. This game is deep. This game is really, really deep. There is so many situations. So yes, you've been busy learning the front-facing situation. And then you have to learn the side situation. Then you have to learn other situations. It's really deep. That's what makes this game wonderful. Like, this is why this game doesn't get boring. And even though this game is a 13-year-old game. This is why even in Japan it's not boring, even though it's a 13-year-old game. It's really deep. There's so much to this game. That's why, but you are able to catch up because you stand on the shoulders of people who've learned the game in the hard way and get to help you learn it a little faster than they learned it. And they're showing you stuff that they couldn't show you 10 years ago. So the side game is something that a lot of people are doing better at now than they did 10 years ago. So, alright, this battle is cool. Let's see. Oh, this is a battle. Whoever wins this wins the league. This is going to be awesome. However, they might draw. They might tie. So if Akai wins this 3-2, it will be a tie. They will both get first place.
Round two. Ready?
No, they won't. No, they won't. Akai will win. Whoever wins, wins. Because it counts win count first. It counts win count first. Nice. Really good use of the wall. Like, Setsuna's use of the walls has improved quite a bit. It's not the scariest, but it still is very, very deadly. And it wrecks you. So, if anything, his skill at the octagon has improved a lot. Because those types of things matter a lot in the octagon. Excellent use. Again, one of the most underused moves in the US for Pi players, but should be used more because it's so good. 6-6P plus K is a really good move. The low attacks in this game, it's not that they're terrible, it's just that they don't do huge damage and that they put you at disadvantage a lot of times, but a lot of times that disadvantage is still safe, so it means that they're good at setting stuff up. Vanessa's sweep, she should be prepared for the -2 or minus whatever situation. So maybe she fuzzy guards after it. So if she learns to, when she normal hits with that sweep, if she can see that, she should do a fuzzy guard as a default, and then other options depending on what the opponent specifically likes to do. But then when she counter hits, she knocks them down, so she should Oki. There's a lot of stuff there. Congratulations, Setsuna. I think he ties with me with me for first in the league now for this season. And I'm not going to hold that lead very long because I'm going to be gone many of the days that are coming. So, hey, congratulations, Setsuna. That was an awesome battle. Whoops, didn't want to put my video there.
Alright, congratulations, Dustin, for getting first.
Yeah, so
yay,
I
second
tied
for
for
me,
first in the
third
league
to
now, right?
Chanchai.
That was a nice battle.
That was that was an amazing league.
Yeah.
Akai, that was an awesome battle with you. I really liked that battle. Again, your use of lows was really good because you would chip me, but also you understand now more than ever, you're using the lows to set up the situation after the low. So even if you get blocked, and it's a really big deal, especially with Pi because that's her specialty. And then, but even Aoi has to do that more. But also, you were using 3K plus G every single time you read that there was a high likelihood that the opponent will throw, that I would throw you. You'd used it, and you were dead on your read. So that was amazing. Good game.
Thank you.
Yeah, good games, man.
I was so afraid of the wall, the jazz and the low stat. The Soka Hosui of Akira. It's like I'm pretty much dead.
Well, I was gonna say
back to the wall there.
I told my stream that Setsuna has one of the areas he improved. His wall game is gotten a lot better. It's not as terrifying as maybe two of the other Akira players in America, but what it does do is it's terrifying in the octagon because he's converting on a lot of like small staggers and small hits. And so that's what he was doing against you in the octagon. So Setsuna in the octagon has gotten a lot scarier, So really good stuff and awesome battles. Setsuna wrecked me in our battle.
Thank you.
Reaper was winning our battle, but my advice to Reaper, whenever it's near the wall, no matter who's on which side of it, just do forward throw escape because I was able to do a surprise exchange, which is forward and throw with Leon, and then hit him out of the ring when I had like 5 health. So forward throw escape anytime against Leon when he's near the wall. That's just the rule. that's the advice. And then Silverbolt did really good stuff. So cheers. Awesome league session.
Thanks for playing, everyone. And we'll do this. I'll do this again tomorrow. I think maybe Thanksgiving week, so it might be slightly slower for the North America side. But I will still continue to host if we get at least 4. We always won leagues. Are you still planning to play that stream still, Chanchai? Or
no, I'm gonna spend time with the kids. I'm gonna send them to bed because it's bedtime already, or almost. No, it's not. But yeah, I'm gonna spend time with the kids.
Yeah, spend quality time with your kids.
I'm gonna tell them more fake Thanksgiving stories. I told them that because of the way that turkeys gobble gobble gobble, Thanksgiving is all about trying to create peace and quiet by silencing the turkey. So.
All right, and I don't think I see anyone else streaming, so. Alright, I'll see you guys later then, tomorrow.
See you guys later. See you tomorrow. Right. Cheers.
See you guys.
Hey, Sorensen, thank you. Let's respond to these comments, but Sorensen, thank you very much, man. Your support really does mean so much to me, and it always gives me good company while I'm having fun playing these games and streaming. But it's fun really to have the conversations. Also, let's see what Silver eats from. So Silverbolt says, yeah, I'll respond to it again. One thing I hate about VF is getting hit when you are guarding and you were turned to the side. They should not put you in that much of a disadvantage, but that's the 2D player in me. So he's acknowledging it's the 2D player in him, but not used to getting hit from choosing to defend on getting turned to the side. Yeah, I understand that, and like I said, it is a new, deeper situation to learn, and I understand. Just like just like in 2D fighters, the wall. Oh my God, the wall. The edge of we'll call it the wall. The wall is just so brutal in those games, especially Street Fighter. Street Fighter 6 made it even more brutal. There are benefits and there are big disadvantages to being up against the wall. So there are those situational factors. VF I like it because I think that's what made this game more interesting in fighting up close. Why we can fight up close even more. Previous VF games were not so like that way. They were pretty cut and dry. When you got a side turn, so a lot of times you're just heavily encouraged to do a side turn launcher, to just get to the side and do a launcher because there wasn't much punishment for that as much, and the opponent, like, as long as it made contact, you're okay. It's only if they whiffed that you had a problem. And so there is a weird situation, but spacing is a bigger factor in the previous VF games. This game, spacing is a factor, but it's really short term. This game is really about the fight, about making these decisions up close. So the side turn does make it more hardcore, but for those of us who got used to it, it's more interesting and it's a lot of fun. And it is another separation of skill. I mean, it is one of those things where the reason Tonkatsu is even... I mean, Tonkatsu is amazing. Tonkatsu Jackie, he's an amazing player. The best in the world right now. And on top of that, his ability to do what is probably among the best options, because he knows what the frame advantage is after evade. It's already hard to know the frame situations after things hit or they get blocked, but when it's sidestepped, when it's involved, when evade is part of it, it's harder. And I like it being harder, but it's harder because there was no contact to just level it. And so it's really one of those things where, okay, what was the frame situation before that? Because that matters. And it changes everything. So reading that situation after evade is one of the hardest skills in this game, and is really powerful. So people that can consistently after an evade pick among the best set of options, it's really scary when you face them and you realize, wow. And that is what I felt when I fought one of the best players in Europe, Kingo. Kingo is so good at assessing the situation and picking from like a lot of the best options in that exact situation, not just a generally really good option or something that was the best in another situation. He picks options very specific to what was going on there, and it's pretty. And he does it so consistently that it's amazing, and it's so much fun to fight against that. Because I know the situation myself sometimes, or at least I know enough of it. You know, I will pick stuff and be like, okay, let's see how he responds, and he does really well against it. So that's, for us, what makes VF super interesting at the higher level too. But yes, it does make it harder to learn or to get the win in a way. But usually the advantage is not so clear cut, like, oh, you just win because you know this stuff. It's more about, I mean, it becomes critical at the higher level, but it becomes like, you know, stacking all the positive things of each player. So it just kind of puts you a little bit more of an edge. But it's not going to be like the stuff we're telling you about Nitaku, mixing up mid and throw when you have a big advantage, or when to abari a throw and stuff. Those are the things that are going to be flat out give you the win or losses at most levels of play. When we're talking about the frame advantage on side turn and understanding that in detail, those give you little bits of advantage that do add up to a win, but they don't like flat out win the whole round for you as dramatically as the skills we recommend to people that are developing and getting stronger. You know, so it's one of those things where it's going to have its time and it's going to have its moment, but as you understand all the other elements, it's going to add on top of that. It's going to be a nice icing on the cake for you. So this game has lots and lots of icing on the cake. You can just build skill. You just keep adding a lot of different skills to it. So like the situation, for example, for Vanessa that I mentioned earlier today, Vanessa's sweep is similar, not as in depth as Aoi's sweep. Aoi's sweep is a really in depth situation because Aoi has a sweep that on normal hit doesn't knock down. So it creates a disadvantage for her, but she can, or it creates like a poke, but that she can pick stuff after it. But on top of that, she can guard cancel it to shorten its recovery, and then she can also like change it into stance. And from that stance, she could deflect mid and high attacks that are not circular and are not two-handed. And then similarly from that stance, she can switch to stepping to the side and hit, or moving forward and launch, she has different options. It's a very dynamic situation. But if she counter hits with the sweep, she knocks the opponent down. They can tech roll, and if they can tech roll, she can actually okizeme. She can do like crouch dash twice and do a low throw if she knows they're going to do a block after the tech roll. But if they know that she's going to do a low throw, they can do a launcher, right? So her sweep is this situation where there's like, just to put a ballpark figure, there's probably somewhere plus or minus, there's about 10 different things that are going to happen when she does that sweep. And Kingo is amazing because he's really good at seeing it, reacting to it in real time, seeing what the opponent's doing, understanding I'm about to counter hit. So because I'm about to counter hit, I'm going to do my okizeme right away, which means he doesn't cancel on the stance. He doesn't do basic stuff that he would have done on normal hit. He just flat out doesn't do the stance. He dashes in and he's going to do okizeme. But he can see usually like it's a good chance this is going to be a normal hit, and then he picks options based on that. Then he does stuff where they're gonna block. Now they block. This is a situation where how do they try to punish the sweep when they block the sweep, right? Standard punish would be something like doing like a launcher, but Leon doesn't usually have that good of a thing. He's got like just like elbow punch or 8kk. So Kingo watches for that, saw like, oh, Chanchai is going to do elbow punch, so I'm just going to do this. And I'm not going to switch off of it, I'm going to stay on this. And it works. And then he tries to see if I ever break that pattern, if I switch it to 1k, will I do that? Then Kingo will change. It's a crazy situation. So why did I bring that up? Vanessa has a less complicated but really cool situation with her sweep, where this game you're going to learn that disadvantage is not flat out bad. A small disadvantage is actually one of the situations where you have the most options in this game, because you can do fuzzy guard when there's a small disadvantage. You can do all of your defensive option selects are at their best moment, the easiest to execute when you're at a small disadvantage. So like I've talked about, when people do low kick and they're suddenly -2, well, they can do like, after hitting with the low kick, they could technically hold down and guard just a split second, and stand up, or actually from that move, if they're crouching, just stand up and guard, and it's probably automatically a fuzzy guard. It will deal with the mid and the throw, right? Aoi has a lot of stuff like that too. Vanessa has some of that stuff. So having small disadvantage is not bad. You just need to learn how to use it. And the defensiveness in this game, the true defense in this game is not actually just hanging on guard. The true defense in this game is, oh, they blocked this move. I'm -4. I'm going to crouch dash, standing guard. And that's my fuzzy guard. I'm going to learn how to fight like a boxer and go, oh, I'm at a disadvantage. I jump in, I move forward, and I do this. And because of this, they can't throw me. They can't mid me, but they can low attack me. So when they low attack me, well, now they're -2 or 3, so now they're gonna fuzzy guard, right? So but if I'm Vanessa, I'm like, if I learn about fuzzy guard as Vanessa, I can learn how to counter it. She's good at countering it. Vanessa can actually, that's the reason sometimes you do low as Vanessa, is just to beat it. But the problem is the low is just chip damage. The real thing that's scary for someone doing fuzzy guard, especially if they just do it without thinking, they just always do it, then fuzzy guard loses to low throw. And because when somebody does fuzzy guard, they don't really want to do a low throw escape, because it means they're holding low guard longer. Unless they were intending to low block longer. If they're intending to low block longer, then yes, do the low throw escape, but then do your next option. But a lot of times when you do a fuzzy guard, you're looking to do the standing guard because you want to block the mid. That's what fuzzy guard does. Fuzzy guard defends against a high throw and a mid. So you're almost never going to be doing a low throw escape. It's just not, it doesn't make sense. If you were going to do low throw escape, you were just going to hold down and guard, and then the downward direction, and throw escape. So low throw is really powerful. So what is the problem with low throw is that if low throw is not guaranteed, it kind of sucks. The only time when it's not guaranteed where it's really good is against somebody doing a fuzzy guard. Or doing an ECD, but Even then, you had better options against ECD. But against a fuzzy guard, low throw is good. But low throw is not... And then it's good when it's guaranteed. So when Wolf or Aoi hop into the air and hit somebody and make them crouch, that's when a low throw is good, because it's a high damage conversion if they guess wrong. And that they have to do a low throw escape. They can't attack out of it, it won't work, right? What about low throw Okizeme? Low throw Okizeme is good if you knew the opponent was going to block. That's it. If the opponent knows you're going to do low throw Okizeme, actually it's not guaranteed. Because of the way it works, low throw is never guaranteed against somebody that's tech rolling. It's just you do it because you knew they were going to do a high block. And if they're doing a high block, they're not doing a low throw escape. So that's why it's good. But when they learn that low throw is never guaranteed on Okizeme, they have to learn how to launch you, because they're predicting that you're trying to go for that. So, in the future I fight Kingo, I tech roll after getting swept, counter hit sweeped, then I will probably want to try to go for launcher, but if he reads that, then I'm in trouble, right? But that's the beauty of VF, is this reading, I have this option, what are you going to do about it? Oh, you know what to do with that? What if I do this other option? VF is all about that, all over the place. The reason that round 5 gets very scary is because the whole game has been telling players what options each other are doing, and like stronger players just kind of start to pick options that would have been better in rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's other reasons too, but that's the big one. And so this game gets very, very deep because the system keeps giving when people beat you down in this game, they're beating you down with something that's using the system in this game for the most part. In most fighters, people are beating you down with their character's oppressive setup. Fireball trap is an oppressive setup. Okay, dive kick is an oppressive setup. If you don't do the correct answer for those games, you're just gonna lose. It's just a really bad idea to do anything but the standard, answers for those situations. The trick is in 2D fighters is when they're gonna fake out their oppressive setup to do something else. That's the time when you try to do something else. So when you play a lot of 2D fighters, it's oppressive setup. King of Fighters is also oppressive setup. It's just that it's so fast paced that it's exciting learning it. So like in King of Fighters, but there is a mix up. There's a mix up between like a hop and a low, right? Hop attack and low. And that's like the Nitaku of King of Fighters, just that they bring it to you so fast. So what you do learn in King of Fighters, though, is you learn that when I'm in this matchup, when I'm space over here, I throw out my anti-air, and then they're going to try to punish the anti-air later, but because the anti-air that you throw out is to stop them from hop attacking you and nailing you, but also so you can hopefully convert that into a combo when they run into it. Stuff like that. So there's this things where there is a fixed there's like a really powerful answer, and there might be a deep read answer also. So you got those things, but these powerful answers you got to do first. Virtua Fighter, there's multiple answers, but for the multiple answers you're dealing with, for each of those things, there's multiple answers to deal with them, and it's because when your opponent hits you, they're hitting you with something that's based on the system usually. And so you can find a systemic way out of it. It means that there's a lot of answers you have out of it. It's not just the one thing, It's not just the best thing, right? So what's the problem with thinking about things are the best thing? Well, you should learn the best option. You should learn the most damaging option. But if you only play with the most damaging options, your game plan is a lot more easier to decipher. The countermeasures are a little easier to think up. If Jackie only went for I don't know what his most damaging launcher is, but let's say it was 6K. If that's all he's trying to set up, I get a lot of ways to try to bait him to do it when it's not guaranteed, so I can do an evade and punish him. Right? So instead, he's going to change stuff up, do other things, not just the most damaging thing, to get me off that. And then he's going to set me up with it. He's going to get me to just totally forget about 6k, and then he's going to launch me with 6k. Unless I'm not punishing it. If I'm not punishing 6k, then he can do it as much as he wants, because he's got a high reward, and I've made it a low risk by not doing any of the ways to punish it. So this game is very risk reward, and this game has multiple answers. The better you get at this game, the more you should just have fun learning a lot of all of the moves, finding ways to apply all of them. Have fun with it. This game is the sandbox game of. This game is very sandbox in nature if you can take a learning approach to the game, and not just try and focus less on like winning every match, but focus a little more on. I mean, you do want to focus on winning, but really you want to mastery, because the wins will come with mastery, right? Reading the opponent. This is tricky, because we are humans and we have different skill sets. Some players are better at reading than others, but you know what? It doesn't mean that only the person that can read wins. And what is reading, right? Is reading, if we're talking about reading, is it on the conscious level? Because on the conscious level of reading, that's pretty specific, right? That's like, I know exactly what they're doing, right? Then there's the subconscious level. I can feel that this is coming. I can feel what this player wants to do, right? Not with logic, but I just feel it from fighting them, because subconsciously I am processing the read. That's another type of Yomi. Okay. But there is another way to play. There's conditioning. Conditioning is a way to do Yomi in reverse. So what it is I'm going to learn how to apply pressure, and I'm going to try to understand not the deep read of this guy, like everything he likes to do, but I am going to try to understand what is his... How do I annoy him enough so that he changes his mind? That's all I need. I don't need to know all the details, but I need to know I'm going to push. He's going to get pissed off when I push one more time. And then after he gets pissed off, he's going to start trying to do this other thing. And then I change it up. That's conditioning, right? Conditioning is a type of reading, but it's a lot less intensive than, say, the elegant type of Yomi some people have, where they can just like they can read you like a book and destroy you, or come up with a plan on how to defeat your logic loops, or how to basically what a read is, right? So you have reading, but you also have conditioning. And this game allows you to play with a lot of conditioning too, right? This game allows you to really play in a way that does this. And there's so many different ways to do it. Yeah. So conditioning applies a type of Yomi, but it's less elegant than like a deep Yomi, right? And there's also playing safe and punishing. Brad is really good at that, right? So, and this allows you to have to use your Yomi a little less, right? What I love is I've seen different types of players play this game well in their own ways. There's a player like Gentleman Thief who understands the game, the mechanics in deep detail, and uses training mode, and he's just going to do stuff that is just not going to put him in as much danger. And so you have to learn how to where you can go all in against him. But for the most part, like, he won't even do the Nitaku game if he's unsure, he's just going to stand and guard. Kill la Kill is like that too. Kill la Kill's game might look really aggressive because of the movement, but it's the true defensive way to play VF. So Rayblade. Okay, so let's catch up on what Pierre's saying. Rayblade says King of Fighter needs to evolve from a 4-button game. I can't comment that, but he does say they can use 6 buttons. That is a very interesting point. I'd love to see what they do that way. Blade the Source. So the goal with the game, that's I responded to. Okay. And then we have Elson Wong says, oh yes, this is my favorite part of the game. Yeah. but I'm still lacking a lot of other more advanced aspects of the game. Elson, you have a lot of good stuff in your game, but keep it up. Just keep learning more. But you have accumulated so much in your game. Honestly, you have. Your ability to apply a lot of stuff is really good already. Keep it up. Okay, Rayblade. In my opinion, most fighting games are the same. No single game will have you ready for everything. It is true. It is true. What I love when I'm watching the high... So, what I'm talking about, though, is... We're talking about, like, the deep pool of intermediate level play on, like, 2D fighting game where it looks very samey. But at the high level of play, when people are, like Rayblade too, where they've already mastered the general game, they get to go beyond it because they know the exceptions to the powerful play. Like they know when to move off the oppressive setup as well, and it's just the most interesting. There's like Street Fighter 6, the Street Fighter 6 Grand Finals at Evo was so much fun to watch because those players were both in sync. Was it Angry Bird and was it Angry Bird versus Mina RD? That was so amazing to watch. They were in sync, and they are playing beyond the basics, and they are playing the fun part of Street Fighter 6. I think Street Fighter 6 is really fun as a beginner, and I think it must be so fun at the super high-end level of the game. You know, I think the intermediate level, it's fun, but it's really hard. Because I think the level of skill that you have to... all the skills that you need to be really good at to ascend and to get past that intermediate level is pretty huge for that game, I think. But I do think I personally think Street Fighter 6 is really cool in this aspect. But I also think it's really daunting. And I think that's why you see people burn out in the intermediate level of that game. But I think if they can clear their plateaus, if they can ascend, I think it looks like quite an amazing game at the highest levels of play.
Round 5. Ready?
Yeah, no, the world Street Fighter 6 is truly global, just like Street Fighter 5 was at the end of its life, and it's still alive, but at the end of its era, right? But Street Fighter 6 is truly global. I think it is exciting to watch on an international level. I think people can watch that game with a national pride and be like, you know what? I might not know about the game, but I can cheer for I can cheer for my nation now in this game, right? That's a wonderful thing. And Rayblade brings that point up nicely. Sorensen, Yomi. There, like I said, there's different types. Some people can process Yomi subconsciously. That's feel. Some people process it very consciously. So I've seen both. A player like Nero processes it almost subconsciously. He feels it. Sometimes he can explain it. Sometimes he can't. But he can process it almost subconsciously and then tell you what he thinks is the best way to fight a person. So that's how he transitions that. A player like GT, he just doesn't like to say too much, but he is very conscious. He's very clear cut in how he reads people and what he's thinking. So yeah. So again, there's both types. There are people that have Yomi in a feel sense, and then there are people that are very conscious, and there's a lot of in between them both. Right, Rayblade is actually pretty good at both. Like Rayblade, like he feels it, but he also understands it. So, yeah, Mike is very conscious, right? Mike is almost all conscious. I have the impression that Mike is on a different kind of spectrum. If you know, like, I think nowadays we can talk about people being on a different. We can be talking about spectrum diversity, right? And I think Mike might be one of those people where, because he's so literal about things, so he processes things on a very logic level. And that's why when you talk about touchy-feely stuff to Mike, it's kind of like annoying for him, you know? And the fact that like a rule book exists, or the fact that it's been documented somewhere, sometimes he doesn't understand why it would need to be restated. He might not understand now. He does but long time ago he might not understand why I repeat the basics to people. He might not understand why every day I will talk to a different person the same thing I talked about a week ago. And it's like, because this is how people learn, and because some people can't get it all in the first time. But Mike is a guy who can read it and understand. Like, he is very much like that. Like, that's how his brain functions. And so for him, it's kind of like, you know, he'll be like, well, you should understand the system. He's a stickler for rules, right? He's a stickler for the system. And so Mike is that type. Nero is different, right? Nero is artistic. He's the player who plays a lot. Nero is I'm a little worried because I will have to send my kids to bed. I'm gonna stay solo just to send my kids to bed soon, because I'm on my soapbox, but I can get off it soon. But I do want to talk with you, Elson, and I would I do want to put I would like to put let's put you on. I'm gonna finish this soapbox and put you on. But Nero, let's finish talking about Nero and then I'll bring you on. Okay, so Nero is very artistic oriented. It means he feels it in his hands. It means he plays the game and he's like, this makes sense. He studies the game too, and he puts it into his feel. And then he just kind of knows, you do this, you don't do this. He's all about feel. And he's very much processing, like, more than that, he goes he goes beyond the logic, but it does work with the system. So what he does is, this guy is doing this thing that, you know, like I push somebody to want to use sweep. Well, sweep is a very slow attack. So because I push somebody to want to use sweep, it means that they're doing a barre. I've convinced my opponent to do a barre. Now I can launch him. You know, but he does this on a very feel level. He does this like right away, like so quickly, and he feels it out. You know, so he understands like how he pushed his opponent into doing stuff that is not frame tight, right? Sometimes with the logical person, it's like it has to be explained as the way I just said to get them to start doing that, right? To say, no, you should do it, but you need to learn how to condition frames. You need to learn how to convince somebody they should not play frame tight. Yeah. Getting the PC because you can play VF on any controller. Okay, final point, and then we get Elson. In VF, yes, a lot of the veterans like to use arcade stick. Yes, people like me think VF is the most fun on arcade stick. But we have Kingo and Nero, the two best players in the EU, are on pad. You know, I don't know what Natsu the Wolf uses, but those two use pad. Denkai, arguably the third best player in America, uses pad. The only reason people don't use pad or buttonless in Japan is because Legacy and Arcade. Tricky uses all button controller. Also in contention for being the quote-unquote third or sometimes second best player in America. Uses all button controller. So happy to have you, Tricky. Thank you so much. She's amazing on the all button controller. There's a lot of players that play on both. And I'm having a lot of fun playing on all three. I'm having fun playing on pad. I'm having fun playing on all button controller. And yes, I do have the most fun on arcade stick, but that is the one that has the most time invested. There's just different, like they're really great, and this game allows all of them. So Princess, the PC is the priority. Yeah. Last point then. All input devices have a learning curve on all fighting games. All of them. So arcade stick, a lot of people spend about a month before they're comfortable with it. Gamepad, if people played in the arcades, gamepad was like a month before people felt comfortable on it. All button controllers, because it's less intuitive, is kind of about, I'd say, 1 to 2 months. Yeah. So all of the controllers have had a learning curve. all of them have required time invested to kind of get comfortable and strong at it, on top of the fact that fighting games require time and effort to get strong at, period. So now there are people that have a good sense of feel and can do anything, and I've seen Rayblade play on all kinds of controllers, you know. I think Rayblade and I do have good feel in general for stuff. Rayblade even more than me, way more. But I think both of us are the type who are like, oh, I can figure out how to play this, you know, this way. And if I have to, I will. I mean, I was willing to play with a Snackbox Micro against Kingo because my wife said she wanted me to pack light on this trip. And so I decided not to bring an arcade stick. I'm just glad that he had an arcade stick as long as we played on the PS3. And we played on his old PS3. But I do feel bad for him because I think he accidentally erased his save file. Which sucks because it would have had all his costumes and all kinds of cool stuff. But yeah. All right, Elson, if you're available, we can talk. You can give me a call, and I'll let you speak about Mike or something, and then I'm going to send my kids to bed. All right, Elson, you're on the mic. What would you like to say?
Yay! Welcome to the Chanchai Virtual Fighter Radio.
Yeah.
First and foremost, thank you everyone for watching Chanchai and listening to his advice and such. Hey, Rayblade X, good to see you. Also, Blaze of Sorensen, also Tricky, and all the wonderful, beautiful Virtual Fighter players. It's awesome to always hear your feedback, man. Your post-match commentary. It's really insightful because like it really allows us to reflect back on our matches, on how to improve our defensive measures, our movements, and our offensive game. If you want to know about Mike, he is a very good word to describe. I think aggressive.
Yeah.
It's like aggressive. Like you say, he's like very followed by the book. Yes, he is. He's very he's like an engineer. I mean, I think
Yeah,
that
he is an
is his
engineer, yeah.
profession. He's very like methodical. Like just like, yep, there's the hit frame box. Oh, I know this is the effect. Oh, this is the critical hit. Yep. Oh, if I do this, like he's already playing 4D chess already. Like the high advanced
totally.
players. You are absolutely right. You are just. That's why it's so nice to have this kind of insight to be playing someone of this level where he's moving very differently and thinking differently too.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're gonna try new things, even if it's like the most basic or annoying things. You know, people like spammers is like, yeah, okay, like if you're a pie, okay, the easy getaway move is like what you call it, 2KK.
Yeah.
It can be very annoying, but you know it can also be negated because okay, all I gotta do is just block the low kick, and then once Pi does the spinning animation, plenty of time to do a counter CH launcher. That's why you have to be very careful. I stopped using that. I only use it when I know this is gonna hit. So you gotta either hit confirm or like subconsciously using your powers of Yomi, know that they're gonna come right at you because the moment they're gonna hit you with a mid, slower mid, you know your 2K is faster, so you get the sweet counter hit and then followed by the K. So, Mike, I mean, Mike and Ji-Hoon, they play differently. Like they also have that same aggressive play.
Yeah.
They're very moralistic, meaning they will only hit when necessary.
Right.
And their defense is tight in terms of like, you know, doing the ECD and the crouch dashing, right?
Yeah.
And fuzzy guarding extremely well. Like even like if you want to do the tricking, the punch, like the P, follow up with what option next.
Yeah.
Then usually you might want to hit them with a sweet launcher or like just fake them. But then no, they know that they just fuzzy guard and then they do something else. And it's like, oh, how do you do this? It's so hard. I gotta share something with you. Last night, so Mike was, bless him, he's very busy week, and he was like saying, oh, sorry if I couldn't help play. He did mention like he can like try and get on, but I guess, you know, family duties. And I'm gonna put a timer too, because put 10 minutes now, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, man. You it's very beautiful that you're like a loving father, take care of the kids, priority to the kids, please. Family time is very important. And I love that, whatchamacallit, the turkey story that you had, because I did catch a bit of that, where it's like the gobble gobble thing, like you want to teach your kids where you tell the like just shut up. So, okay, now last night I played this guy from Hong Kong. I just only made like acquaintance with this guy because I played a match with him one time on a random about 2 weeks ago, and he was good. And the cool thing is, his connection was one of the best with mine, like Perth, because Hong Kong, Perth, same time zone.
Yeah.
Similar
they probably have a
time zone,
direct connection
And
too.
so, for instance, if Mike and Ji-Hoon or yourself or Johan does, in a matchup with my Shun, and I do the 6PP, that mid poke thing, and then when you block it, 10 frame disadvantage. You can always guarantee a throw unless I tech it, right? But in our connections, it's almost like 50-50.
Yeah.
There's no and then in this case, yesterday when I played with him, yeah, he can throw me, like guaranteed. So meaning connection's pretty damn strong. So having said that, I actually finally invited him for like just a private match, and I was like, this is gonna be cool, man, because the last time I played him, it was just on a random room match, and I got to see how strong some of his characters are, but this time I get to like do what I did with you the other week, which is like a proper long
set
consecutive
battle.
yes. And this is how, for those who are listening, I as Chanchai, very humbly, thank you so much for like saying that my Yomi's like good. Like, I mean, I got lots to improve on. I actually love Yomi during Virtua Fighter. It's one of my most satisfying things to do, because I love to read an opponent and then kind of like, okay, if this opponent A is going to use option 1, 2, 3, I'm going to negate that by using options this and that, right? So it's a lot of fun and extremely rewarding, especially if you get them with a counter hit.
Yes.
Now, comparatively to, also, can I point out something? Chanchai's defense, like, I've played him. He's one of the toughest, like, out of Mike and Ji-Hoon and Chanchai, he's the hardest to throw. I can at least get some throws in with Mike and Ji-Hoon, like just during a rare moment where they're like kind of, I kind of fake it, like doing this move which will wind up, taking a lot of frames for animation, and then they don't anticipate it. But Chanchai, no. I did everything I can, and I maybe threw him like 5%, 6%, if not teched. So he's extremely hard to throw because he's super fast, excellent footwork, and he's always doing that crouch dashing.
Yeah.
Whether backdash or crouch dashing.
Like I said, though,
setups.
but
Because,
like I said,
especially when he baits you with the 2P and then 2 to 3P. That punch with the counter hit, and now I started using him. Right. So I inspired by Chanchai. I was like, yay, I'm gonna learn more about Chanchai, how he uses Leon. And I also used Leon back in Virtua Fighter 4 days, so it's good to just have a feel what's the difference with Leon this time. And holy shit, he's a lot of fun, man.
He's one of the most fun characters. I randomly selected him in VF3. I randomly chose him in VF3 because I was like, I'm going to focus on one character. And so I closed my eyes, spun the stick for like 20 seconds, and it landed on Leon. But like if I didn't enjoy him as much as I did, I would have switched characters long ago.
Exactly. That tells you a lot about a Virtua Fighter veteran. Like, they still stay with that same character. Not to say that they can't use the other ones, but there's some sort of affinity they have with that main. So, for example, Johan, he's like Lei Fei main. He can use other characters, but Lei Fei all the way.
Right.
And then for Chanchai's situation, Leon, you picked him because he was a handsome young guy.
No, I literally closed my eyes and randomly chose him.
I don't make allowances for old man.
No, because the thing is, he's the most annoying character in the game, so
funny. Jesus Christ. I remember when you were hitting me every time with the 4-3P, and then it knocks you down, and then you just 2P, 6PP. Yeah, that's like the basic of that combo. I'm slowly getting the grasp of his combos, man, and I'm really annoyed about this one. This is like your bread and butter. Bait them, okay? The 2 to 3P, and then it
Yeah.
launches them really high.
Yeah.
And then, like the basic one is back forward PK, PP, with the
Yeah.
elbow at the end. And then you follow it up immediately with a KK.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, when I practice against that on the medium weight people, like the midweights,
Yeah.
like Lei Fei, it doesn't guarantee every single time. So you have to it's a very specific timing for that one. So if you want to play it safe, do the 6-6 KK, which is the like Akira that kick. So goddamn, what else was there that I learned about Mantis? Okay, so when I played with Jimmy PKG, I said, like, I apologize in advance. He's very humble. He enjoys the session that we had because he utilized, he showcased his Wolf, his Lei Fei, Akira, and his main is Eileen.
Awesome.
And then, like, let me show you something real quick because I posted this tweet. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. I'll post it on the Twitter, like on the Chanchai's comment box. So Jimmy PKG on the friends list, he's 25th.
Yeah.
He's a dreadlord, and for Eileen. So I'm like, holy shit! No wonder I was playing like a very tough. Okay, so comparatively to Mike and Ji-hoon, super aggressive, moral, and then Chanchai super tight defense, hits you with the baits, good reads, and like play like with diversity in like techniques. Hard to throw. And then the thing is, this Jimmy PKG, holy shit, he's like a turtle on defense.
That's because
So
he's
he's
probably
not-
Eileen eats a lot of.
And like, well, you gotta get ready. He's gonna come at you like that's like Mike and Ji-hoon. You're like on the hot seat every single time. Like they will not. They will always come at.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the technique where you knock them down and then it's like you follow up? They always do that.
Okay,
And
yeah.
another observation I make of Ji-hoon, he loves to use and Mike too, right? But especially on Sarah, they love to OM. They love to.
Yeah, no,
they
offensive
know
is
that I
good
block
because
out,
they
like,
they want to put
take
you
my
inside
time to
turn.
really assess the situation before I just
Yeah.
let out any moves because they're gonna hit me with a counter hit. So they always do the offensive movement to take advantage of the additional frames hitting on the side. So that's
Yeah.
why they. You better be careful when Ji-hoon just OMs you and then uses the
Yeah.
4K on
Well,
Sarah.
and
then
especially Sarah,
a whole
because-
bunch of options with Flamingo, man.
Bo-
Holy shit.
well, both
Sorry,
characters-
You're gonna say something, Chanchai?
Yeah, both characters are good at. Sarah and Kage are good at it because when they knock you down, they have like all the time in the world. They're the types where they recover from their knockdown. They recover from their combo like really fast. And a lot of people do like to use offensive move on Oki because it's so powerful because you are getting the benefits of additional frames and it sets up a lot of really oppressive situations. It makes the mid low mix up stronger with the throw.
The Jimmy
as I was saying.
PKG, okay, so very different pacing. You were different pacing too, like where you actually took the time to like D up with me. Like every time I play, I'm so used to like, oh shit, what is my next opponent gonna do? Like they're so fast and aggressive that I have to be very precise with my. I'm more on the like 70% defense, and then I'll apply offense when I'm confident and I know that those hits using my Yomi observation. I can guarantee those hits or even throw game, right? Sometimes I can trick a bit, but then. Mike and Ji-hoon, like you, very little room for error. Same with Chanchai, and Chanchai, like I love how like cool man. This is the same with Johan. Like you guys at least like there's moments where you're fast and like aggressive, and then you're like you pace, like you block, and like really like remember that moment where just me and you just standing blocking. Okay,
Yeah.
you're gonna hit me first, and then we do fuzzy gun.
Well, yeah.
And still there's nothing happening.
Well, because I'm in
I love
reaction
those
mode.
moments, like, are you gonna
Yeah.
hit me first? Are you gonna mid? Are you gonna sweep? Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
But, so Mike and Ji-hoon really does that. Really, you have to be on your feet. So I'm sure you have thousands of matches. You played against all the North American players who are you familiar with who uses that kind of strategy.
Yeah.
But for me, I take it slow, man. I need to make sure I defend well and then attack back with confidence. That's my game plan, and I utilize Yomi to my advantage. So with Jimmy PKG, he's like a turtle, man. Like
Yeah.
I can't. Oops, sorry. That's my time. That's 15 minutes. He's like a turtle. I tried like. Remember the technique where I said, oh, for the high level players, this worked very effective against Mike, Jihoon, and yourself, because you guys, when you're in aggressive mode, you know you're not going to be faked with the punch, right? You anticipate that I might do another option, a string, or maybe just a P, and then I evade and do a launcher or just sweep, right, to reset.
Yeah.
But what he does is, like, he doesn't fall for it. Like, the punch, and then, this is a perfect example, Pi. Punch, 3 PK.
Yeah.
Always hit you guys with the, not all the time, but like, a lot of the times with success, always a counter hit, reset, great. Then I can do that gameplay where
did you do like evade or
Murakami thing. So, but him,
you just like evaded after jab?
Not one moment. He never got hit by that kind of like setup. It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on? I also
He
observed,
probably
like,
evaded
when
every
I
time you
got
jabbed.
knocked down, and he's ready to like counter attack as I'm doing either KKK or 2 KKK, or even just doing nothing, just stand up. You notice that in his animation as a character, you see him like janking like up and down, like blocking.
Yeah.
Up down, like
Yeah.
you know, as if like, oh shit, he is. Am I gonna hit high? Like he'll block my high, low.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of like strategy this is, but I think like
No,
it
offline
shows
we do
how
it a lot.
tight his defense is, man. Like,
Yeah, no,
I can't-
that's
I
too.
can't get him, and sorry, rock solid defense.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're gonna say something, Chanchai?
Yeah, 2G, 5G is really powerful. Especially offline, you'll see it more. But yeah, just like doing a low guard into a reflexive high guard. Yeah, and doing it based on what they're doing, because you can to cover the low, and it's easier to block the mid, but you also harder to throw. So Gentleman Thief uses 2G like a lot. And he'll use 2G and then he'll react to the mids to block them.
Yes. One thing I have exposed, like using my Yomi, my observation. So one weakness of his is when it comes to so out of all the people that I can throw, the easiest, and not to say like he's easy to throw, like the most success I can throw out of you four, so meaning Mike, Jihoon, Chanchai, and PKG Jimmy, is him. So he doesn't he doesn't take a lot of 4 throws.
I see.
He's mostly 6. Yeah, 6 throws is his main. So I capitalize on 4 throws, like Pi's half circle back throw, Wolf's full circle back throw for maximum damage, and then when it comes to Shun, back throw is very dangerous after 10 drinks. So I use that half circle back throw for 30% damage plus the additional 3 drinks. So that was one way I can like beat him in terms of throw game. But other than that, very strong. Like he's solid in his combos. Like his punishes is very solid. Excellent. Like I have to give like his defense at least like 11.
Yeah.
Offense, like he's moral as well. So he will only attack. So there's moments where like we really like stop. Like this is what I love about this like difference of gameplay between all of you. It's like there's a very different pacing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta learn about pacing. Like, okay, when to hit, when is the right time to hit with your best moves or your best offensive strategy, and then when is it time to like, hey, sit back, relax, and just take it in, let them hit you, and expose that weak spot. Very hard for Chanchai against Chanchai because he's just super fast.
But it's
the other thing that I haven't mentioned is like you guys are very good. Okay, so this is the advice I need to ask you, Chanchai. Like I think you reiterated, but I still need a reminder. So the one thing I feel the only way for me to get to next level is I can do some fuzzy guarding, but I'm not moving like you guys do, like Mike, Jihoon, and Chanchai, and Jimmy PKG, where it seems like I'll tell it from the perspective of me playing against you guys. Oh shit, my setups, most of them are like highs and mids, right?
Mm-hmm.
How come it's almost like Superman? Like I can't not like hit you and then like Man of Steel. Like you're so fast that I can't see it, or sometimes I can see it. You guys are like just ducking every high and mid.
Yeah.
That I'm just hitting with, right? And then you mix it up with evasion,
Well,
even more deadly.
we're not ducking the
it's because
mids.
of that OCG, what was it? ECG, isn't it? Like evade, crouch, dash. So
It can
I
be.
need to know. Yeah, how can I improve my ECD movement? Is it just tapping, like just many times practicing with the joystick? Like,
Yeah.
one,
Well,
that
first
kind
of
thing,
all,
and,
using
three. It's like
you,
that. I don't know.
using
It's a lot.
using numeric notation. Using numeric notation, tell me, how are you inputting ECD exactly? Like every single input, including neutral.
No. Oh God. I guess it's like ECD isn't it like, so? For example, evading towards Leon's back, so like up, for example, 8.
Okay.
So 8, and then was it 3-3? 8,
Okay.
3-3, and then G, PG.
Okay.
Isn't that how it works? Like,
Well,
you just
so here's the thing. When I say describe every when I
so used to it.
okay, when I say describe every input, here I'm going to tell you. An
Yeah.
evade is 8-5.
8-5.
5 is neutral.
Oh, 8-5. Sorry, yeah. Neutral.
Yeah.
8.
So,
okay, yes.
for example, if I'm doing 8-5, 3-2-3.
3, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like immediately you thump, and then you just go
Yeah,
to
so
the
instead of saying
joystick,
so I didn't say 3-3. I said 3-2-3.
3, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's like I'm doing like 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 like that way. So it has
No,
to be
no, no.
3, 2.
So here's the thing. There's two ways to crouch dash. There are two ways to crouch dash. There's 3-5-3, where you tap down forward the diagonal. You get the stick to neutral, then you tap diagonal again. That's one
Yes,
method.
which
The other method is 3-2-3, which is you put the stick into the corner. You barely move the stick so that you can feel the micro switch of the forward direction, the 6 micro switch. You feel that it unclicked, and then you press, and then you slide it back into the corner.
oh wow, sliding 3 and then 2, 4 and then 3.
So like if you feel it out on the stick, put the stick into the corner, slide it, move it towards the 2 direction until you can hear that button, that micro switch unclick, so that you went from down forward to the down,
Wow.
and then you just
Okay.
slide it back into the corner.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, but now that said, when I'm on the other side, when I have to do it like from player 2 side, I do have to do 3-5-3 because for me the 3-2-3 is a little slower for me to do on the player 2 side.
I see what you mean. Depending on your like more
Yeah.
dominant side.
But with Leon, it matters more though.
Facing to the right.
Okay, but Leon, it also matters
on the
more.
left and then facing right.
But with
Yeah,
Leon,
very
it
hard
even
if opposite.
with Leon it matters even more because 3-2-3 and 3-5-3 has different outcomes depending on the move list. So for example, like let's say I want to do uppercut, right? You could do it, or no, let's say I want to do eye poke. Let's say I want to crouch dash under a high. Let's say I want to do ECD. And if I see that Leon ducks a high, I want to do an eye poke. What is eye poke? Is 3P plus K, right?
PK, yep.
Okay. Now here's the problem. Does Leon have a move that's 3P plus K?
3. Yes, it's the one where it combos into a throw.
Correct,
Hit,
right?
Hit throw.
So if I evade and I do the down forward down, like if I do the 3-5-3 method of doing a crouch dash, and then want to do an eye poke, it's not going to do an eye poke. It's going to do that move instead, because I did 3-5-3 P plus K.
Wow.
So
Interesting.
usually I use 3-2-3 because that's where you have a because if you do 3-2-3, you will not accidentally do 3-3 P plus K. You'll do 3P plus K instead.
Whoa. I'm gonna write this down. Wait, 3, 5.
So you need to look at the moves that are crouch.
2, 3 gives you the one down forward, and then the other one's down forward, down forward. No wonder. Okay, see, that makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna practice this. I'm gonna lab this because I was practicing Leon's wall combo. So
Yeah.
the setup is like the character's right next to the wall. I do Leon's 4-4-P and K, right? That you does the turnaround kick, and it's like, ha! And then it's like, ugh, wall splat. And then it's like 9P, and then punch or back forward PK for a quick punch.
Yeah.
And they immediately back forward KG, do the half moon kick in.
Right.
And then this is the hard one for me. The moment you do that spin kick, you gotta like buffer the. Yeah, it's almost similar to what we're talking about now, the 3-5-3 or 3-2-3. So technically, I should be doing 3-5-3 to do the follow-up, which is hold down and then forward PK with the double point fist onto the wall, and then you can finish it with the forward 4-4-4.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me to do that second last hit.
A lot of the other
2
Leon
points thing,
players,
very hard.
like
Very
a lot of the other Leon players in America, they tell me that like it's harder for them to do. You know how like I consistently do the 2-hand poke from the side.
Yes, from
Okay.
the side. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
So-
how is he doing
Okay,
that?
so the motion that I
Go
do, I'm not doing 3-5-3-6 P plus K. I'm doing 3-2-3-6 P plus K. It's really easy when you do it that way.
Wait, can you please repeat those numbers again?
So 3-2-3-6 P plus K.
3-2-3. Sorry, I think you got cut out. I'll say that again. 3-2-3.
Think about doing 3 and then just doing a fireball after doing 3. So 3-2-3-6 P plus K.
3. Oops.
So I roll it. I roll the stick.
The fireball. So 2-3-6 kind of thing, like
Yeah.
Hadouken from there.
Yeah, so 3-2-3-6 P plus K. I roll it. So
Oh, you roll it, and it still works.
Yeah.
Rolling it that way.
yeah, try it.
Huh.
Just try
Okay.
like don't even try to
I like
evade.
doing
Just
fireballs.
just do like
I like doing the semi-
yeah, and so when you get
I'll
used to
do
this
that. I'll
motion,
try that. Ooh,
when you
this
get
might
used
be
to this motion, it's good. Like, in fact, if you play Jackie using the quarter circle forward method to do his flash kick, where you do hold forward and hit kick and then guard cancel it, a lot of people, for some reason, do well when they do a fireball before doing that. So, yeah.
You know what? You just reminded me. There was one time where I was really frustrated of how I can combo with the like Shun, the 4-3 PK, where he's like sliding through the ground and hitting you low. That move or mid and low. So on a combo, it's hard to kind of like buffer and then back down forward PK. So what I do is back. Like almost like KOF move, you know. A lot of those specials. Remember back in the days, whether you're Koyo Kosonagi or Ryo Iori Yagami, forward, back, half circle forward, and the move. So it's like sorry. Kyo, to the KOF fans, my apologies. Kyo Kusunagi's most famous super is just quarter circle back, half circle forward punch, and he does that flaming that one. Okay, so my bad. So yeah, I do for Shun when I'm in the heat of the moment of that combo. I just do forward back and then half circle for PK rather than a 4-3 PK because it guarantees me every single time. I think it's just maybe a timing. So I think what you say in theory is absolutely correct. So 3-2-3 Hadouken and then PK. Wow.
Well, like right now,
cool.
I'm gonna go into training mode just so you can. And I'll show it to you what I'm doing here. Okay, so like, and I'll set the display to show my inputs. Hopefully, I might have to move my profile picture here,
That's
but
okay.
on my feed. But let's see, display setting command. Yeah, I gotta move it. Okay, 1 second here.
Oh, while you're doing that, Princess Fluff says, question to you. How did it take before you felt you were strong at the game?
So
Interesting.
I did want to answer that question. So Princess, I think
question,
I
actually.
think one of the things. Okay, this is gonna sound really arrogant. Okay, I think one of the things that I feel like I can be kind of proud about is I think I'm decently. We're all human, so we all have our blind spots, but I do think I have a reasonable and decent self-assessment on where I sit on skill spectrum or performance, especially in gaming, but I think I make decent assessments on that, on where I am. And so where I typically have been on a lot of stuff is, I'm better than your average scrub on almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
But like in VF, like even when I went to New York the first time, I'm like, okay, at the start, I know like I've got a long ways to go, but I have strong confidence that I can get to a decent spot. And by the end of the weekend, I think I hit that mark. I think I got to about as strong as I thought I could. I think my assessment was pretty good. And that was my first trip in 2000 to New York for Virtua Fighter 3 TB. And then,
Wow.
but that was playing many days of that game. And then I came back to Portland, and then I formed a rivalry with Rayblade, and we played, and I felt like we must be pretty strong in the region, both of us. And I felt like I knew where Rayblade and I both sat at on the skill level, and compared to in general, right? And then the more I went and off traveled and played, I felt like I was always pretty accurate. I knew if I was really strong, but I also knew how much further I need to be, and I had other goals, right? The goal is not to just win. I think if you only count, I think people that only count their performance through winning is a metric. But if they only counted on winning, I think they usually have a pretty bad idea, actually, about it. I think there's a lot of factors, and I think sometimes I think skill, you can kind of feel, at least for me, I can kind of feel out skill level, and I can kind of see I feel like I'm confident in my assessment of where different people sit on the skill spectrum when we play. Now that said, I have a customer service side, so when I talk to people, I am trying to talk to them in a way that gets them to their best performance level. That's my goal in communicating. So sometimes if I sound like I'm being nicer than I should, it's because I think this is what the person needs to hear and to focus on for them to get to their best level. Right? So that's the customer service side, because my objective is not just, my objective is to help them get to be better. Now, some people, Americans, tend to have a hard value on what we call truth. So on honesty, and so because of that, they kind of feel like if you're lying, if they feel like if you're deceptive, they hate that. And I'm like, well, okay, but I'm just trying to influence you to get to your better spot. That's all, right? And so because my objective is not just, I'm just going to say how it is. My objective is let's make us do better. Let's have a better fighting scene. Let's have a better VF community. Let's have a better tournament performance, all of us. To have better rivals makes you better, right?
Yes.
But
Agreed.
I can't afford to
better.
to always fly to France to fight Kingo, or Italy to fight Nero, or to go to Japan. So I gotta help people near me and within access that I can play with get better, so that I can get better. And that also, it turns out that VF, the better everyone is, the more fun it is. But even at the beginning level, it's a lot of fun. And I have so much fun talking about VF to people that are just learning the game. It's just because it's such a fun game. And when they see it, when you see people understand what is wonderful about Virtua Fighter itself, it's a wonderful feeling. And it's just like when you share like your favorite movie to somebody, and you get them to see what you see. That's a wonderful feeling. That's why us as hobbyists just totally geek out. That's why even the most introverted person, if they have a hobby, when they find the other person that is interested in their hobby, they go nuts, right? They can't stop talking, or
they
just
go
so
really
happy.
deep into it, just like what you're doing. And I love when you and I were discussing post-match the other week, was the goal, the objective. It's like you differentiate with those who are just seeking to play the game just to win. It's more than just winning, man. It's like sometimes you just got to really take a step back and just appreciate the complexities of what this game has to offer, and how it's connecting every one of us through a set of moves, a set of principles, or things that will just get us engaged. And like I said, as I told you many times, when Mike that one time Mike went to my place during a visit, and that's the only time, folks, I play offline, by the way. Virtua Fighter Ultimate Showdown was with Mike offline, and I did recognize the difference in speed, but he did tell me what he learned from a very top Japanese player he had a chat with was Virtua Fighter is like a conversation. It's having conversation, and to touch up on Chanchai's point where it's like watching your favorite movie with your friend and talking about it. That's what it is, man. It's like a martial art.
It is exactly
It's a
like a martial
philosophy.
art. But and so to answer the question that Princess had put out there, like when did I feel strong? I think it's just more. It's more about understanding like the. If you can look up videos about what they call the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset, right? And a fixed mindset person is going to be really much just focusing on the win, right? Like a win's a win, a loss is a loss, right? A learning mindset is more of like, okay, I'm not always going to win. I want to win. I'm not saying I don't want to win, but how do I get better? And I lost, but this is what I can do better, or this is what I can do. Like, why did I lose? And so everything is just a learning opportunity. When I just like fighting Kingo, and I did really well. I think I did really great against Kingo. I think my assessment of our skill levels was really good. But I also felt that I get to learn different aspects about Aoi, but also other situations by fighting Kingo. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like because, and it was part of it is because I felt I was good enough to challenge them on a lot of situations, but then they were good enough to counter that, and so it's like, this is so cool. Exactly. but that's also why I'm like saying, like, that's why I'm saying, like, they were like 10 out of 10 on, like, I throw 10 different answers and they did the correct answer because they assessed the situation and they did the read also. They're doing two really impressive things at once in each step, and so but I'm good enough to be able to see it, right? And I'm good enough to be able to test it. So the thing is I feel like, one, I feel confident I've been able to assess, and because of that, I don't need to win to prove. I'm not winning. Like, my motivation is not to beat people up, right? My motivation is to get stronger. My motivation is to eventually win against even against the best, right? But my motivation is to get good enough, to get better, to keep getting better, because this game, and also the reinforcement is that this game is really fun in that process for me. And so the honest assessment only matters in the sense that my ego is not going to get hurt by a loss. My ego is not going to get hurt if I know somebody's better than me.
That's a very good point.
My
ego's not going to get hurt because of a loss.
So the hard part is a lot of people are afraid to try because they're afraid that people are going to look down on them. But I found that that's not the case, and I found social media makes it harder to see this point. But because social media, people are going to say some loose comment. At the end of the day, they actually don't. Even when they make that loose comment, even if they make fun of you, they don't really care. It's just something that they say, right? DK Jackie is going to say some sharp comments here and there, but it's easy to laugh off for me because I know his honest comment. I know what he's really saying, but also on the superficial level, he might say something abrasive, but it doesn't bother me because I know where I stand, and also it doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, people are not going to forever. Oh, remember that time that DK made fun of that? No, that's not what happens. Right? That's not how people function. And so if somebody says a weird comment to you, it's like, oh, okay, well, let me take the productive thing about that. Let's not worry about my feelings getting hurt, because it didn't. My feelings get hurt by other things, but it doesn't get hurt by the direct comment, But at the end of the day, I just want to I just have fun getting stronger at this game. That's exactly. At the end of the day, that's what it is.
I'm playing Virtua Fighter to connect with people. I just want to. What really drives me is seeing really people who are in nature, like, who play the game, are very good at the game. That motivates me to do better, just as Chanchai said. But the biggest bonus is when that person is very kind, very caring, very humble, as one would say, like Mike will put it, is this person in the community a net positive or a net negative?
Yeah.
Are they contributing to the community some way? And for me, my highest motivation is like playing with people like Chanchai, Mike, who understands Virtua Fighter very deeply, but also don't really have an ego. They're very They're very mature.
we
Really
just
is.
care
It's
about getting
being
better
very
at this
mature.
game.
And not only that, to really have fun.
Well,
at the same
here's the
time
thing.
from so you gonna say sorry?
Okay, here's
Chanchai?
the problem with focusing on wins is it's like if you only focus on the win, then it's almost like saying it would only make me happy if you lose, right? and that's not really the truth, right? Like I care about getting better, right? So even if I lost, but I felt like
I
I
see what
played
you mean.
but even if I lost, but I felt like I played
God.
better, that I improved, I accomplished certain goals, then I'm like, okay, we're on the right track. I might have lost, but I'm on the right track. You know, and this is a game it's true what Himajan said where he says everybody hates losing. Yeah, I hate losing too. Everybody hates losing. But there is a bigger goal that drives us. And that is to have more fun, but more importantly to get stronger, right? And you can get stronger regardless of the win or loss. The win and the loss is just a metric. It helps you, but other metrics also help you. And seeing somebody get stronger, give me a bigger challenge, and then winning, should that make me feel bad? I don't think so. I know the thing is it's about pride versus ego. Okay, pride
and ego.
So what's the difference? Because some people don't know the difference, and I try to teach young people all the time the difference versus pride versus ego. When you keep doing some activity, even if you suck at it, but you keep doing it and you see growth, that's when the seeds of pride grow. When you work with pride, it might not even be a job that you like, but if you know you're good at it, and you know you have the picture in your mind, how should this job be done, and you nail it, even if you hate this job, that's pride. Okay? People should work with pride, right? You are a voice actor on one of your roles, right? And you work with pride, right? You're not trying to do a bad job. Like, it's really insulting when someone says, oh, he tried to sabotage the job, or he tried to do a bad job, right? Someone says, someone tried to tell me that, like, this movie that they didn't like, that the people intentionally wrote it bad. And I'm like, I don't know anybody who's like thrown away their pride that much, you know? They might have written something to be more formulaic because they feel that would make them money. But in their own way, they're trying to apply a skill. They're just trying to apply the other skill. But they might not be applying for greatness in writing, but they might be trying to do profitability and what we think works. And that's the sad part about things getting formulaic, but that's a separate discussion. But I don't think people specifically try to do something bad, right? In a fighting game like this, yes, somebody's going to win, someone's going to lose. I care more about that I'm getting stronger, and if my opponent gets stronger, that's a stronger opponent for me to deal with. And I only get good by fighting. Well, I get good by teaching players that are not strong. I get good at discussing the game with people that are strong and not strong. And yes, part of the process of getting better is overcoming opponents that are really strong. But there's so many more aspects to it, you know? But it's not like, for me to be strong, everyone has to lose. If that's the case, I mean, then there's a lot of problems. If you look at the Japanese, because they're playing in, like, the most vicious pool of players possible, right? So the top players, but it shows how balanced it is, because their win percentage is in the 60, 65, 70%, like, lower than 70% usually, right? Unless they're like... Now, if you only cared about the wins... What you would do is you would fight against people that are weaker only. You would only use a game card against people that were weaker, and you would avoid fighting people that are stronger. If you only cared about the wins, that is the optimal path to always winning.
That's a very good point.
Right? But that's different than strength, right?
It sounds so... It's simple, but
it's very straightforward, right? But it's just like Dragon Ball, you know.
The reason why I play is like... the reason why I play against strong players like Chanchai, Mike, Ji-Hoon, and then now this Jimmy PKG is an opportunity for me to grow and to understand this individual on how they play and how they will. It's fun to me. It's just like, again, like I'm so flattered that you give me like praise on my Yomi. That is, I guess, you make me realize that is one of my skill sets in any fighting game. Is like to analyze, observe, and then adapt. So that brings me great joy to be able to like just adapt and then like, sure, if I win, I win, great. no worries. But it makes me want to play more because I know that these high-level players who have played like thousands of matches, they've got something else, just like another card under their sleeve, just waiting to be like surprise me. I'm like, oh shit! I thought like if I did this, he's gonna do this. It's like, wow, I did not expect that, and that brings me joy. It's just like, wow, this is so cool. This is what, and Virtua Fighter, we sometimes forget like just how. So the game mechanics is beautiful, but also the visual. For me, I'm a visual person. I love playing fighting games where the everything, an amalgamation of all the things that make it so beautiful. The graphics, the animation, the respect to the martial art, the character design, the music, the sound effects. Everything is just encapsulated in that one experience.
I think a lot of love and care goes into this
amplified
game.
when I'm playing with somebody who just understands the game so much and love the game so much, deeply. So yeah, Chanchai, I'm gonna get going because I don't want you. You need to get to
I got to take to my kids. Yeah,
I hopped on and you're supposed to look after.
It's okay. I love doing a podcast, so
shit.
This was the Elson and Chanchai podcast hour, so it's not a problem.
It's time to go, man.
Yep.
I mean, I love chatting with
Cheers.
you about Virtua. This is one of the great joys of playing this game. So it's also to speak to people who really understand the game. I hope you guys have like gained some wisdom, or maybe you're already at that level. But it doesn't hurt to just reiterate these like fundamentals of why we even play the game. So yeah. Hope to see you guys in a future match, right?
All right.
Fix the connection.
I'll see you soon. But I'm always down for these chats too.
Yeah.
Sometimes, even if, like I think it's a lot of fun, and it's tempting to make like I'll probably make another video playlist where we just include these chats. So, but,
yeah. It's really. Again, this is like post-match conversations. So Virtua Fighter is the active, proactive conversation, and then the post-match conversation is a dissection of like what we did, what just happened. Like can we dive a little bit deeper? And that's why when I just tuned into your this was about an hour ago when you were giving feedback post-match. After Akai's league, you were saying, you were complimenting like this player was doing well, you're improving. So you're like one of those who are very like net positive to the community because you're there to encourage others to grow and also have a good time as well, man. Don't let the ego trip get you. Just enjoy for what it is, man. Because you don't get many games like this in a lifetime to really. It's almost like joining a club, man. And a club of like people where they can respect each other for the game, the product, and also amongst themselves. Like respect to the other people playing the game in the club. It's really cool.
Virtua Fighter is.
Hey, what's up, man, Assassin? So much love.
So the last point is that.
You were saying something? Sorry,
Well, much love to Blade Sorensen. He's always been so supportive, and he made really good points in the chat. So people should. And I know he's listening well to the points that we've made about mindset, and I think it's interesting for him, and I love hearing about his journey too. Final point is that Virtua Fighter is kind of a lifestyle type of game. By that I mean like chess or like Go, and it's one of those games where the players have always realized that the best way for me to get better is to fight better, and the best way and to have more better opponents, and the best way for that is to grow the game. And it can't be like, it's not like life just gives me all the opponents. I have to, wherever I don't have opponents, I have to create opponents, but also and love of the game. And then where there are opponents, then I should take the opportunity if I do. So like a lot of the Europeans were surprised I'd be willing to go out to meet them if I was in the area, and it's like, well, that was just always been natural. I'm willing to go to New York to meet players. I'm willing to go to other places if I have time, if I have resources. And when I do travel, I do meet people, including Thailand. When I make many trips to Thailand, and there are people I play VF with in Thailand. So nice. No matter where I've been, I've always been able to find people.
Thailand, you're not that far from Perth.
Yep.
If you do come visit, you're welcome to.
Now here's the last thing, Elson. I want you to look at the screen.
Oh God.
So I want you to look at the screen, Elson, because this is the last one before we go. So again, 353 is doing this, neutral this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
This is a crouch
Yes.
dash.
Yes.
Another crouch dash is this, right?
Oh,
This method, for me, if you're on a stick, this method is very easy. And if you're on a Japanese stick with a square gate, this is easy because you slam the stick into the corner. You barely move it towards down to where you just feel that click, right? Because there are two micro switches being pressed when it's diagonal.
right.
One
right.
micro switch has just been taken off, and then I go back. So I go like this, and then ECD like this, right? Now here's the thing:
Whoa.
3, 2,
What
3,
the-
6. This is like a fireball, right? This is like a King of Fighters motion,
Yeah, exactly. The fireball. I can see it right there.
right?
Oh shit! Wow, it
Right.
really is.
Now this is different, but this one requires maybe an extra tap. But okay, so like if I just do this, then maybe rolling is a little hard because I get this. But if
Yes.
right?
Which happens to me a lot.
But if you
Okay,
hold forward just slightly more, if you just wait a split second more, then this will come out actually.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Interesting.
and just practice this
Wow.
motion, right?
Observing
and
it
then-
in real time.
and then
so
now you do
forward,
ECD.
forward with the rolling
So this is the
motion.
ECD,
Okay,
right?
Got it. I'm gonna try that when I'm doing the wall combo because it annoys me that I can't do that double poke bit to finish off with the forward KK. Ah man, that's crazy. That's good.
But then again, sometimes I want to do this, right? This one, I don't want to do it as much. I would rather, a lot of times I'd rather do this because this will go under a high, and this move is fast enough that you get this into this. So, right?
Yes, because of the advantage frames, especially on counter hit.
Yeah,
or
and then
even more
well, on
sweeter.
counter hit you get this.
So good, the pokes.
Now the weird
Jackie's
thing is,
eye poke.
if you
Oh, yeah.
play the console versions, you play the PC, you play Ultimate Showdown. When you're doing this, you have to pre-buffer on console versions, okay? But when I played in the Japanese arcade, I had to do this. Like I had to like I had to actually not pre-buffer. I had to kind of like wait a moment.
Oh my god.
For some reason.
the complexities
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Virtua
for
Fighter.
some
You see,
reason.
like, only someone of your experience
So, because what would happen-
in the Japanese arcades
what would
and
happen-
then the ones here, home
Yeah, so when I
console, you're
played-
able to differentiate the two.
When I
Just
played in the
like
arcade, it was so
Japanese like that
frustrating.
too.
It was this situation. Let's do guard. This was really hard for me to deal with when I was fighting the Japanese. That, you know, when you do this, you get a free 4-4K. Okay.
Yes.
But
Oh, wow.
okay, that was the situation where where in the Japanese arcade, doing the 4-4K too early would fail.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like
Okay.
nothing would come out because you were doing too early. And so like you had to kind of like wait for it. And this was actually the thing that in the Evo, I think losers bracket finals. This was a year ago. This was Renzo versus Crazy Drunk. He did a weird thing where he switched to Leon, but he couldn't complete this. He ended up doing this, and then that would happen.
Right.
And that was because I think he was playing it because at first I thought it was because he didn't practice Leon. And I was like, and it's more of like, and so what I told him was, like during that week, and I said, okay, it was a good strategy, but because this was failing, and it was just never fixing, then you should have just switched back to Brad, because it just means like you're doing fine, you're winning stuff, but you're losing the games that you should win because you can't execute this. So
Wow,
it's just
because
not
of
today.
That one,
Well, that was an
setup,
example.
It's gonna be
He was
a huge impact.
well
But it's
because
good, man.
because
So
he
you
was doing
gave
it,
him
but
the suggestion.
but
and
I
he
think
adjusted.
the
That's
real
great.
well he didn't, but because it was after the Evo. But I'm
Oh,
just
it's
talking
after
about
the
it.
tournament. Gotcha,
That we
gotcha.
were talking about it, but because in Evo he lost, right? But I told him. But now when I look at it, I think it's because he played in Japan, and in the Japanese arcades, the timing for this is different. I don't know why.
Wow.
Doesn't matter. Like it's just weird.
That's crazy.
But it's a rare case. It's a rare case. It's a very rare case, and it's not cut and dry thing either, because that doesn't apply anywhere else. But it's something I noticed because in Japan, against even like Chinpan J, I got this on him. Against John A, who's one of the best Jackie players, also, I got this on him, but then I couldn't 4-4K, so it made me so sad. It's like I got him with it, and I can't hit him with the combo launcher. You know,
Yeah. I started using that too, man. With the counter hit, it's so sweet, and then just back K PK combo. Oh, just
it took me an hour.
I'm having fun with Leon right now, and the thing is, yesterday, like, I remember very vividly how you were doing good reads too, man. Because you know when I was gonna 2P you to interrupt, but you just 8KK. I'm like, why is that 8KK hitting me every time? And then so this time I was like, okay, I got inspired. I'm gonna use the 8K effectively.
It's really powerful.
PKG last night. Nope. He didn't fall. Every single time I did an 8KK, he blocked the first one and then he ducked the high kick.
I would never do
easy. And you should
not do the 8KK.
Is to side step on his back, which also he didn't do a lot of that, but he'll
get side crumple.
Second kick, and then you know what? Like he said, this is part of me. I adjusted. Nope, I'm not gonna do 2 kicks. I'll just do 1 spin kick and then see what happens. Maybe I'll do another 1 spin kick, similar to Wolf. You know, I love that strategy.
I'll just tell you, this is better.
Screw hook. And then screw hook again. Get them on the counter hit to fake it.
I was like, again,
so good,
watch the screen. This is better than 8KK. So, and again, I'm bad because I do 8KK a lot. But just do the single, okay?
You know, but you do it well. Like, you also know when we're gonna do a rising low kick. Yeah, easy. Then you hit us there again. That's like, it's gonna be annoying.
Yeah. Well, the truth is, if you have the reflexes and your timing's good on the day, side kick's really good against rising attack. So.
You know what I haven't done at because this is like more advanced level, Chanchai level of Leon, is like the back strategies. Like when you knock me down, I love when you do the I don't know which set, like how you start it up.
That's 2P plus K.
Turn. So immediately you create that distance by going with the up PK, and then you wait for me to rising kick on rising kick, and then you do the down 2P. To knock me down again. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, that one. Wait, show me again.
So you do down punch a kick and then tap
back. I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, it's that and then that. Okay, thank you. Thanks for reminding me. That's what you gotta do.
Yep.
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna send kids to bed now because I heard my wife talking to the kids.
On counter hit, especially great on wall, right? Because that will get you a wall stagger.
I'll be out there in a sec.
Yeah, wall stagger, not wall splat. The 1 PK and counter hit. Boom. Anyways, you better get going.
Yeah, my wife's getting. My wife is. I heard my wife's voice. I gotta go.
Enough virgin fodder for the night, man. So thank you very much, Chanchai, for your time, your grace, and really, really, really cool to have someone like you, man. Because virtual fighter would not be the same. So please take care.
Thanks to
everyone who was tuning in. You guys are awesome. Sadly, my connection's really shit in Australia, so I can't play you until they fix that connection. With some rare exceptions like Chanchai, like when we do tests and we say, it's cool, not bad, the connection, we can still play, then I'm more than happy to do that setup. Because one last thing, Chanchai, I didn't realize when Dom replied, because I've seen Dom in the VF scene, but I didn't know his main was Leon.
Yes.
He's like very passionate with Leon, so he wants to play a game with me. I'm like, let's test the connection first. Because I don't want people getting salty like, connection.
Well, and he's the combo master too.
I'm looking forward to seeing if it works, man. Is he on the West Coast, East Coast?
No, he's on the East Coast, but he's the combo master. He does all the combos. He does all the max damage combos.
Master. Yeah, you gave me that resource, that video.
Yeah.
Very good. I love it. I seen it. I watched it. I love the production quality. And then he even followed up with a series where who got featured? Who's the
he talked about
talk about Sarah. So I think STMTO, he also came in to contribute to the discussion of Sarah.
Yeah.
Sarah strategies.
Yeah,
so
STL Tim is really good with both Sarah and with Leon, and Taka. Yeah, and then if you happen to watch other people's YouTube videos, Jason Elbow does really good with the side turn setups with Leon. His side turn game with Leon's really good. It's something I need to get better at. So yeah.
Ooh,
Um,
side turn.
yeah.
Interesting.
Leon is one of the best
side-
at side turn.
Side
Leon,
turn. As in,
Leon
like,
is really good at
PP
side turn.
1P? Oh, no, that's like spinning
No.
around and then hitting
I'll tell you
the ground.
later. I'll tell you
Side
later. I
turn.
gotta go now, but I will tell you later. But Leon's
Yeah,
side
tell me
game,
later. Tell me later.
Leon's
Oh,
side
no.
game is one of the best. So, all right, cheers.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. All right, take care, man. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody, and thanks, Chanchai. Keep up with the awesome stuff, man.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everyone, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. This is a lot of fun. Really appreciate Elson chiming in because I actually do love doing the podcast thing a lot. And I might make make this its own video. But anyways, have a good one. I'll catch you all later. I'm gonna go take care of my kids, and I had a wonderful time. Peace and thank you. Thank you. So quick. Yeah, true. Thank you all so much. And definitely support Damok. His VF content's awesome. His Leon combo video is fantastic. He did a really good formatting on it. It makes you understand where the combo works, who it works against, any conditions on it, and he really shows you the combos that every Leon player should be doing, including me, and I don't do any of them, but I should do. So, cheers.